Hello, everybody. Welcome to Season 27, Playoffs Day 2. I like to call it the Championship Series. I'm going to be your host here, Danny B. You know me. You also know the great Leatherneck Mike. He's not muted, he's just quiet. I think he's doing this to troll his indie teammates. But he'll be around shortly when he's finished memeing to give us a how we got here, a little recap of our first round series before we get started. I flipped us to the stream starting. From a stream starting soon to a stream starting soon. Mic check has failed, both the mic and the mic.
So, memes aside, as we get into these things, it is LCS night here in the PBE Best of 7 series to figure out who goes to the Minors and the Majors World Series. Let's take a look at how we got here. First of all, in the Majors, it's the Aviators and the Voyagers on the Legend side of things. Each team going to 5 with their opponent Outer Banks nearly getting reverse swept. New York and Boise deadlocked in a punch-for-punch fight. OBX New York again. What is this? Number 3 or number 4 at this point in the postseason here. This should be another good series. OBX won it last time and put themselves into the World Series because of one now retired Joshua Stevenson having his own Elvis Andrus moment from when Andrus was a Ranger against the Toronto Blue Jays in that legendary 3-error inning. He had 2, did Stevenson, to send OBX to the World Series. They would beat Detroit and get their first one. Now they're looking to repeat. Is Outer Banks New York wants to get their 3rd title in 4 years. On the other side of the thing, in the Champions, the Apex handled the Demons this time, swept by Detroit 2 seasons ago, reverse swept by Detroit last
Would you
season.
say they exercised their demons?
Yes, I would actually say they exercised their demons. That is perfectly appropriate.
It hurts my soul.
Not even a joke. It's just accurate. So, yeah, 4 games for the Apex, 4 games for the Rougarous and the Stars. Nashville played very well, finally didn't underperform, and I don't say that sarcastically, I say that legitimately. Such an underperforming team finally played to their ability and just got beat by a better New Orleans team. The interesting things for me in these matchups is going to be the pitching staffs. Indy's pitching staff is better than New Orleans. My question is the hitting core of New Orleans just going to overpower that staff? And can Indy get enough hits off of Nola, particularly that bullpen? Outside of James Pleasance, you cannot compare. Well, you can't compare Indy's bullpen to anybody else in the league. But really, outside of Pleasance, you can't compare that Nola bullpen. As much as you love the career of Jose 43, he is not what he once was. Derek Jeter is a really young guy. You've got a couple other guys in there that you're not biggest on. If Matty DeFerrari was still in the bullpen and they had Getty here, Nola would be the overwhelming favorite. I think the back end of that Nola bullpen is what would keep them back if Indy can get their starters out early. Now, if you're New Orleans, you will want every starter to go as late in the game as you possibly can. I wouldn't be surprised if they have a starter give a 4 earned and still be in there in the 8th inning, because you cannot bring your starters out other than for Pleasance in a 9th. And also, by the way, the 2-3-2 plays heavily into New Orleans' hands because here in the PBE, in 7-game series, we go 2 for the home team, 3 for the away, 2 for the home team as far as like higher seeding. So 2, 3 in NOLA, and then 2 in Indy. If you are New Orleans, all you have to do is win 1 on the road, and then you are set for the rest of the way. That's all you have to do in general, but especially for New Orleans, I don't know how well Indy plays there. But with all that being said, Indy does lead the season series 6-3 in the 9 times the two teams met this season, so that will be interesting. On the other side of things, OBX in New York. Look, this is not the same New York team. Say whatever you want about Rusty Kuntz and Tom Shue and how good that lineup has been, and we know boys getting better, Kirk Swerve getting better, Peter Pretzelman getting better. Say whatever you want about that hitting core. That pitching staff is not the same thing. It's just not. Choate's back into the bullpen now. Sivart's not what he was. Slothface is gone. They are a totally different team. Their pitching staff is quite weak. OBX has a marvelous pitching staff. The only staff that rivals them is in Indy right now. And while OBX is about to hit the cliff, and they have back end the bullpen questions too, I question whether they can get Shu and Kuntz and that that 2 through 5, I question whether you face them in a ninth if you can get that 2 through 5 out consistently, because you're going to have to do that 2 or 3 times to beat them. This is still a good New York team. But I think OBX is my favorite in that Legend series. I honestly don't know in the Champion series. I think it's a coin flip. I think OBX is slight favor. I think Indy New Orleans is a lot closer to a coin flip. That's my major analysis.
And there you have it. We also will be bringing you the minor league semifinals, championship series, conference finals, whatever you want to call it. I think Mike has
I
a
was just grabbing
recap here
some
too.
water.
Perfect.
Yeah, and then here you have the Lemurs who beat Florida. So it was pretty tight. The top three: Kansas City, the Dillos, and then the Kingpins. And then the bottom three was also tight. So Louisville, Florida, and Dallas. Louisville is a very dangerous team, a team that really probably should have been your number one seed. They're a 70-win quality team. Didn't play like it the entire year, had an abysmal start. Really showed off the fact that you can't, you know, in the MLB or 162 game season, you can start and have a bad first 30 here. It's really amazing Louisville even made the playoffs with as bad as they started. They go play Kansas City. Louisville's actually your favorite here just because the Hepcats have had an overperforming lineup of a bunch of rookies. That pitching staff is fantastic, but Louisville is the pitching and defense team, and the youth of the Kansas City hitting court might get them in trouble. Chicago and Amarillo, I'm loving this series. I'm really looking forward to this. This is that once every 4 years Dillos team that they have where they're really good. They build themselves up. They're really good. Like once every 4 seasons. The last time they were really good, they won the World Series. Chicago is back here again, another iteration of a core. As much as I want to see Chicago, Kansas City 4, I think this is Louisville, Chicago. And that's my little quicker analysis.
All right, and what a great analysis it was. Looks like we've hit about 50 in the chat. Thanks everyone for settling in. Hope you have your drinks, your snacks, whatever you need. Because I think we're about ready to get into this thing, huh? Do you just want to check the simming
Yes.
Discord?
I do want to say quickly. Dub City says while we're like checking, make sure there's no final changes. Round two bets do close. In once we get first pitch, so everybody get your bets in if you want to go do that on the forums while we're making sure that everything's all kosher. Um, Personally, and by the way, I recommend user in the league, whoever you are, just do the free bet. You don't lose anything. Just do the free bet.
Absolutely.
You get, if you win it, you can get like 500K. If you lose it, you don't lose anything. So I encourage everybody to go do that. And Winston is also encouraging the people.
That's what he's saying. He's saying get your bets in. You're running
I think
low
show
on time.
amidships. I'm pretty sure if you're a user in the league and have a bank account, you can do that. If Dub's here, or well, Dub is here, but I don't
Not
think
true.
that
You could
has
lose your
anything to do with it.
dignity. Looks like we're going to be starting
So,
in the minors thanks to the schedule.
mm-hmm.
It's going to take 2
So
seconds to corral
T-Rex.
my dog.
And while you're doing that, I can get us through. So T-Rex versus Dot Egg Roxas versus Davies. We have stats and information, stats team notes. Thank you to my lovely stats team. Loved working with you guys the last couple of seasons. So Louisville and Florida, the Lemurs, have won 7 of their last 10. That was to end the regular season. Then they went 3-1 here in the postseason. So overall, as a unit, 10-4 in their last 14 is Louisville. They are one of the best pitching teams in the minors. Second best bullpen ERA in the league. Top 3 in strikeouts. Walks allowed, that mean the least walks allowed. Hits and overall ERA across that Lemur staff. And they have the least home runs allowed of any minors teams. Now, Florida
Oop,
On the
sorry.
other hand, oh, I'm sorry, that's the wrong notes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wait a minute,
I was
those are
like,
the wrong teams.
wait a minute, why is this Florida? Dustin did this right. I know he did because I read them.
Uh,
Where is it? Did he not? Oh, here we go. I
yeah,
was like,
it's
Florida. Wait, a minute, what? I was just reading the notes here, just going AFK. Um, so here's Kansas City. I promise I got this right this time. And by the way, I do want to add in my own note here. It's been what do you tell me? Season 20. So what season are we in? 27. It's been 7
27.
seasons. It's been 7 seasons since Kansas City Hepcats have lost a playoff series in which they had home field advantage, which they will here tonight, and they will throughout these playoffs. So think about that. It has been 7 seasons in the minors since they have messed up and it dropped a home series.
So what you're
By the way,
saying is they're due.
yeah, I mean, you could, yeah, if you're Louisville, you could go at it from that angle. If you're going at it from the Kansas City angle, you could just say they know how to win at home.
Fair.
By the way, Kansas City run this regular season series 9-3 and swept them twice. So again, this is a really good Louisville team, but who only allowed 9 runs in a 4-game set to Florida, who's a good hitting club, by the way. But even still, KC has had the better of them. And I mentioned how good that Louisville staff was. Well, the Kansas City veteran staff has been even better. First in ERA, first in strikeouts, second in opposing batting average. This is a 3-headed monster. Birdwhistle, Smoltz, and Schultz are going to be the 3 rolling out here. You're not even supposed. I don't think we're having Glenn. Wait a minute. That lineup might be wrong because I don't think Davies is supposed to start. Did you download the file?
I did.
I
That's
need
how
to go
we
check our lineup
got to
card.
the right series here.
But anyway, regardless, whichever the 4 they throw out there, I'm checking to see if I did the card wrong. Whichever the 4 they throw out, it's going to be really hard to hit the baseball. Even that second-year guy in Schultz has been fantastic. All of them, the combined average of their 4 staff below a 370 ERA, and it's the offense. It's going to be the offense that is any problems the Hepcats might have. It's just simply going to be, look, can you hit here in the playoffs in a smaller sample size with guys who are not as good because they're young?
Yeah, I showed Davies starting the first game
Okay, so the notes are just wrong then.
on the lineup card.
Okay, the notes are wrong, not the actual thing, because I
Berserker,
didn't
Ortega,
think.
Pryor, Murphy,
Yeah.
Dracula, Johnson, Stargasm, Minion. Wait a
No,
minute.
interesting.
Minion and Stargasm might be flipped, or what's the handedness of this pitcher? Left. Okay, wait a minute. Berserker, Ortega, Pryor, Murphy, Dracula, Johnson, Minion, Stargasm, Montreal. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Hey, I may not be doing a very good job, but I'm at least trying to give my stats guys credit because they are my guys.
What do you think? We save some
Well,
stats for the
oh
next game
yeah,
in the
of
round, and we
course.
do some sims here.
Yeah, of course. We can talk about Louisville, and then I'll just mention probably I'll mention the home Dillos, and then we can get the quick sims started. I know there's a lot of notes, guys. Um, so yeah, so the Dillos, they come into this series ready to play. They won 7 of their last 10 in the regular season, but they did drop their last 2, so they're on a losing streak. Third best minors ERA at 375. Interesting. Dillos are 33-27 against lefties, 30-18 against righties. Chicago likes to throw lefties. So that'll be an interesting matchup there between the Dillos and the Kingpins. In fact, you can see game 1 is Mitch the T-Rex. That's a left-hander. So that'll be interesting. Beef Johnson, I want to highlight for the Dillos while we got this up. Second in the minors batting average at 337 to end his season. He is going to be crucial out of that 2 slot. A really good table setter for them. Jim Dawegg's your game 1 starter. A 137 in the month of September for Jim Daweggh capped off a really, really good pitcher of the year quality season.
There you have it. And I think without further ado, we will quick sim
As
these
Chet
games.
gets restless.
Chat is always restless. We're going to start you off from left to right because that's how we do things. Mitch the T-Rex, Jim Dog, Chicago Kingpins, Amarillo Armadillo. Boom. The Kingpins will win this one 7-4, 15 hits to 3. The Dillos had an error. Looks like we have a home run from Holkenvettel, a 2-run shot in the fourth. Applegate with a RBI single, Justice with a RBI walk, and Gray with a 2-run single, 2 RBI single there. And Shumi Holkenvettel, oh my, 5 for 5, 3 runs, 2 RBI, now hitting .478 with a home run and 3 RBIs in this season's playoffs. That is nuts. On the Dillo side, I mean, there was a lot of good offense in this game. Both teams in the double digits on the hit column. Multi-hit games from Johnson, McGee, Barnold, and Hawkins. Maybe we'll highlight, I guess
Hmm.
the 2 for 3 with the 1 run and the walk of McGee.
After Anthony Bauer's career didn't go so well in the playoffs, the Shumi Hulkenvettel fellow is sure doing pretty good in the playoffs.
Yes, indeed. It was a quick start for Mitch the T-Rex, 4.1 innings, and he got the hook. 3 earned runs, 75 pitches thrown, but the bullpen backed him up well. Luciano getting the win, their first playoff win this season, 2.2 innings pitched, 1 earned, 3 strikeouts. And Multi Opele, the second save of the postseason, 2 innings pitched, gave up 2 hits, no runs, a walk, a strikeout, 26 pitches thrown. For the Dillos, Daw gets the loss. He went 5.2 and gave up 6. Kind of wonder why he didn't have a shorter hook like Mitch did. Ichinos and Mrazek make good appearances in relief. No earned runs between the two of them. And Shumi Holkenvettel is our clear player of the game, tying that minor league playoff game record for hits with 5 big hits.
Shumi Hulkenvettel, 9 games last postseason, a 385 batting average, a 1100 OPS, an OPS plus of 215. So he has been clutch. No more Bauer failure. That's what I used to call Bauer in the playoffs. All right, Roxas and Davies in Kansas City for game one. Big one for Louisville here. Get back to that 3 on the road at 1-1, and you're the heavy favorite at that point.
Wow. It's going to be a 6-0 Lemurs win, 11 hits to 8. The Hepcats made 2 errors. Both of our highlights here are going to be 2-run bombs, one against Glenn Davies, one against O'Sullivan. Forrest Gump and O'Sullivan hitting a 2-run bomb on O'Sullivan. How about that? For Louisville, we're going to look at the 2 for 5 day of O'Sullivan with those 3 RBIs. 3 hits from Myth worth mentioning as well. For Kansas City, it'll be the 3 for 4, but no runs and no RBIs from Johnson. I mean, 8 hits, you expect to see a couple guys come across to score. But
Kind of a
the
Hepcat classic, to be honest.
and
It's
and
just.
that's what the Lemurs pitchers are going to do, right? They're going to hold
Mhm.
you to singles. They're going to keep you from scoring.
And
Uh,
they're going to strand a lot of guys on base in this, and this is going to be the Kansas City problem. You're going to hear us talk about a lot about this, whether you like to hear us talk or not. We're going to talk a lot about this.
yeah,
Kansas City's hitting core is really young, and this is going to happen. And if it happens, Louisville's going to go to their first World Series.
indeed. And they only used 2 pitchers in this first game, so having a basically fresh bullpen for tomorrow. Roxas starting 6.10 earned, has that for a quality start, and then Triplet earning the save 2.2. Only giving up 1 lone hit, 3 strikeouts for each pitcher. No walks in the game for that Lemurs pitching staff. No walks, no runs. Only 6 strikeouts, so the defense was good. I mean, that's it. The pitching and the defense. For Kansas City, Davies got the start, 6 innings, 2 earned, gave up 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, hit by pitch, and did manage to scatter just 2 runs over 8 hits. But O'Sullivan came out in relief and had a bad day. 3 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, a hit. I'm sorry, a home run. I think I called that a hit by pitch earlier. Someone did get hit though, so O'Sullivan had the hit by pitch. And O'Reilly, the only clean pitcher on Kansas City, threw just 7 pitches and got 3 outs. Six of them for strikes. So maybe we'll see O'Reilly come back out and have some more good appearances. Roxas is going to be our player of the game.
So if there's a silver lining for Kansas City after game one, you lose the home and gets it out. At least you got 8 hits, and I don't think, and you won't see Tig O'Sullivan do that again.
Indeed.
Not going to drop the bed like that again. For the Dillos, it's just like that's just going to be a war. That is absolutely going to be a war. Lucky Luciano threw in that game and they won the game, and that's been getting back to the bots has been a problem for Chicago. So that's interesting there. New York and OBX. I think I talked about these guys enough. This is going to be big. This first matchup. So here, Outer Banks. So here's the thing. You have, I believe they're going Horse, then Seavart, then Torkelton. I think I've got that order right in my head. If you get to that swing spot, that Torkelton, when it's in New York, that's your pivot point in this series is game three.
For sure. And here comes the result of game one.
OBX walks it off in a ninth. Willie Colon off a Cletus McFlorida man. 7-5, your final 14 hits for the Aviators. They don't get too much to the New York starting staff. New York doesn't get too much into Outer Banks either. Some of this action came in the later innings. Arno Drockenberg, 3 hits in this one. Klausbergen, Cannon 4, Willie Colon 2 in the game's 2 most important RBIs. Tom Shue, 2 hits, 3 ribbies. He's an MVP candidate. He's going to have to play like one again. Pitching wise, this was not a bad start for Bob Beaumont. 5 1/3, 4 earned. Not a bad start for Whole Horse. 5 2/3, 4 earned. Choate came in and did his thing, but it was Cletus McFlorida, man, the last guy you expected to give up a game if you're New York, gave up a game. 1 inning, 3 earned, and the loss. Pozo technically got the blown save because the runner belonged to McDonald, but he does get the win. Klausberg and Clannon, your player of the game, but both bullpens back end shaky in game one of OBX New York.
And that'll bring us to our last game one.
Nolan, Indianapolis, Nakamura versus Dangley. Dangley, a bad regular season, a good postseason start, but blown up against Nolan the regular season. Nakamura threw quite well against Indy. Although historically, Indy does hit him quite well, as you can see. Although, then again, Nola historically hits Dangley quite well. So this is the interesting game, is game one. 1-1-4-7 as far as pitching matchups go. And the winner is Nola. They win 10-8. Once again, Indy scoring the majority of its runs in the back end of the game in the 8th and 9th. They need to start scoring in the front end of the game. Dangley gets blown up in a second for 6 earned runs. Beauregard and DiStefano each have a pair of hits at the top of the order. 3 hits and RBIs from Christopher Brew, 12 hits as a unit. Indianapolis sees 11 hits. Everybody but Jody Quinn and Travis Hafner, Todd Hafner. What's his damn first name? I can't remember. Everybody except Hafner and Quinn got a hit that played in this ball game. So interestingly enough, an offensive series. Doug Dangley, 1 2/3, 6 earned. Todd Hafner. Geez, I keep confusing him. Which one's a Rocky? Which one's a PBE guy? 1 2/3, 6 earned. Throwing no hands, 2 2/3, no earned. Bentley came in and got bent, 2 2/3, 3. And then Maple pitched 2 innings, a 1-run ball. New Orleans, Nakamura actually didn't fare fantastically. Really got lit up in that 8th inning. 7 1/3, 5 earned. Then Mazeroski came in, didn't fare better. Luke Wright threw a little bit. That's quite negligible. He gets the save, but his pitches won't matter going into game 2. Brew, your player of the game, is Nola takes the 1-0 lead.
And there you have it. One full day. Well, I guess one full slate of game ones.
Now we have the game 2s, right?
We do. We have minors games 2s today.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to sprinkle some more stats in? Or maybe do these quick sims and then sprinkle some major stats in tomorrow?
Yeah, we can. We'll just do these and then we can do it before the games. Before
Okay.
we watch the stream games.
Perfect.
Chat's restless. Chinappy versus Bird Whistle. Kansas City has to win this game if they want to have a prayer of winning the series.
And here it is. The Lemurs take this one 3-1, 7 hits to 8. 2 errors for the Lemurs didn't prove costly. 1 error for the Hepcats. It's a pitcher's duel when you see in the highlighted column here, number 4, Montroy drew a walk. Usually not what you expect to see highlighted. Going down our batters here, a 2-for-4 day for McGee. He had a run. RBIs coming from Myth and Forrest Gump. No home runs hit in the ball game for the Louisville Lemurs. For Kansas City, we have a pair of multi-hit games here as well. Montroy and Ortega. The lone RBI coming from Pryor out of the 3-hole. Must have been a sack of some kind because I don't see a hit or a walk for him. Berserker with the error, Gump and Eliason for Louisville. Pitching-wise, Chinapi got the start for Louisville, 5.1. 6 hits, only 1 run. It wasn't earned. 5 strikeouts. A strikeout per inning is always solid. Schramm relieved. 2 outs in 4 pitches. Clean. Triplet gets the hold. 1 hit over 1.2, gave up no earned, and Tsunami came in for the save. 1.1 inning, also 1 hit, and no earned runs. So 0 earned runs for the Louisville Lemurs pitching staff. The things are going exactly according to their game plan here. Low-scoring game, this one. And they walk away with the win. For Kansas City, Bird Whistle started 6.1 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, just 1 earned run. In fact, just 1 earned run in the whole ball game. Going to Bird Whistle. Schmaltz relieved him 2.2, gave up a hit, gave up a run, struck 1 out. And Stefano Chinapi will be our player of the game.
Don't want to call the eggs before they're hatched, but if you're Louisville, you are exceedingly happy. 1 earned run allowed on the road, and the Hepcats got 16 hits. You're going to do that. You're not even going to be able to think about winning any games. Just period. Whoever you're playing, doing that. All right, Chicago and the Dillos. Inkerbell versus Holly Fake. Your really interesting matchup here, pitching wise for game 2. This is going to be an offensive game, I think.
And here we go. It's Inkerbell, Harley Fank going at it. Quick play it up, and it's going to be the Kingpins taking one here. 7-3, 15 hits to 9, an error for each team. Kingpins now leading the series 2-0. Both minor leagues teams now leading their series 2-0. I think no, this is the visiting team, so we have kind of a flip-flop here, right? Or are the Lemurs visiting too?
No, the Lemurs are on
So
the road. So
the
both road
visiting
teams
team
win
has won
too.
every game.
Yep.
Ouch. Could be a short day here in the minors. Hopefully you'll help me remember, Mike, if it is a short day, to delete the series if it's going to try and start too soon for us. For the Chicago batters, I want to say we have multiple multi-hit games, but actually we have multiple triple hit games. Justice, Ham, and Chovy. 3 RBIs going to Ham, 3 runs going to Chovy. And Justice just checking in with 1 RBI, but 3 hits, hard to complain about for those Chicago Kingpins. For the Amarillo Armadillos, we're going to have a couple just 2-hit games. Okamoto and Barnold. Okamoto get an RBI, a run, a walk, and a strikeout, doing a little bit of everything. For the pitching, it's Inkerbell who goes 5.1, gives up 3, and gets the win, a walk and a strikeout to go with it. Sportsboy 57 picking up his first hold of the postseason, 2.1 innings pitched. In fact, I think that's probably the first postseason hold in Sportsboy's career. I believe he's a rookie. A walk and a strikeout on the road.
The waiver claim, I think.
To that hold, yep. And Jeremy Krause, thank you. 1.1 innings, 2 strikeouts, 20 pitches. He was clean. For the Dillos, Fank, he gets the loss. 3.2 innings, gives up 5 earned runs, 9 hits, struck out 3, gave up a bomb. Threw 73 pitches, and don't even bother looking at that ERA. It's not a good number. For Chart Hoppelhauser, 2 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 run, 3 strikeouts, 37 pitches. Bremen, 1.1 innings, gave up a hit, struck out 2. And Ichino's 2 innings pitched, 1 earned, 3 strikeouts. So the bullpen wasn't too bad, going 5.1 innings, giving up just 2 runs. But they were not able to overcome the rough outing from Fank. Radiance Ham is going to be our player of the game. Those 3 RBIs.
All right. So that is 2-0 each minor series. We are headed quickly for the same situation we had yesterday. Hopefully, this won't go 4.5 hours.
Hopefully not. I think today's just
Okay.
majors. Yep.
We want to check New York's pitching staff first because, uh, excuse me, because New York got a little bit worried because it showed Torkelton at first because things are weird. So Savart needs to be
It
game two
is it
starter.
is Savart. Yeah, not sure why it showed that, but it is in fact Sevart. So we should be good. I'll wait for the remark from Enoch. Haven't seen any other activity in our playoff series here. Teams seem pretty content to kind of let things ride.
So Seavard versus Cato, big one here at home for Outer Banks. Win this one, you'll be in pretty good shape. He wants you to check pitching roster for what I'm not really sure because it is the game two starter.
Yeah, Horse, Reginald Sievert, and Pork Torkelton. I see a good. I'll take that as meaning good.
OBX, you guys want to do anything? Well, we did something for New York. So Cato versus Seavard here. Righty versus lefty. Lefty matches up with about the front half of the OBX lineup, and then all the switches will go to the right-handed side here at home. It's gonna have to be the Tom Shoe show, methinks. Although Rusty Kuntz does really kill Walker Cato lifetime, so that could be a big hand there. As we get ready here for game two.
Without further ado, we can go for it. The Aviators have had, I think, plenty of time at this point.
Mm-hmm. Cato versus Seavard. The result is. And we're going to go 2-0 for Outer Banks. Another walk-off versus Cletus McFloridaman again. Klausberg and Cannon, a walk-off bomb. Cletus McFloridaman has given up walk-off home runs to end the game in back-to-back games in 1 and 2. Willie Colon had 2 RBIs in this one. Most important, though, off the bat of Klausberg and Cannon. New York, 2 cork swerve hits, nothing from Shu. A home run, a solo in the first. Alpha Walker Cato is what Rusty Kuntz manages. Is Kirk Swerve had 2 hits in this one, so did Benny Rodriguez and Weedham Boys. Seavard 6 and a third, 2 earned. Choate, and then McFloridaman blew another save after game 1, got the ball back for game 2, did the same thing. Walker Cato was fantastic. 8 and a third, 2 earned. Win goes to Flame McDonald, though. He threw that 2/3 of an inning because OBX walked it off. Cato is easily your player of the game in front of 50,000 people on the island.
Yeah, and Florida Man pitching in 2 games in a row now, blowing the save in both of them, and then OBX having this game where they hardly have to touch their bullpen sets up a scary series for New York at this point.
So I see no changes from Nola, and I'm going. Well, Miss is probably not even watching, so unless Jimbo is watching.
Well,
Um,
we do have Voyagers, but we can
I think we're
fix
good. That's
this.
Voyager change for game 3, though.
Okay,
Mark that.
let's go ahead
Miss, you want to
and.
do anything?
Well, I guess yeah. Look at that. I'll go ahead
Apex. All
and make
right.
this change before I forget, just because
No,
it's
you're just
here.
gonna make the New York change now.
Yeah, I already clicked on it,
Okay.
so now that the notification is gone, and that's what I used to
Well,
remember it
I
as.
I got it up. Let me know when you get there.
He should be McFlorida Man. Use more middle relief. Use more often. Stopper.
Mm-hmm. And then Choate,
Choke.
Stopper, eighth and close, high lev.
Eighth and close. High
Enoch, confirm, please.
lev. And we just received word Cletus McFlorida Man will actually be moving down to the Lemurs roster. Though, actually, actually don't know what his minors team was. They'll be headed to Florida. I think that's a different Florida though. But we'll call him a flamingo. We can do the quick sim while Enoch's looking stuff over.
I have
Um,
pinged him. So, game 2, McDougal versus Dion.
no complaints on this one for Dion. The Apex are going to win this one 6-2. They got out hit. It did not matter. Uh, the Rougarous had an error to go with it. Take a look at that batting. I mean, it looks like the Rougarous getting 1 run in the 9th, 1 in the 6th. For the Rougarous batting, 2 for 4 day for Naz Hamed, who got off to the hottest start any PBE hitter has ever gotten off to. Their RBIs coming from Bonanza and Vidal Valor, who I have on good authority should be working on some college work right now, some schoolwork anyway. A run as well for Vidal. For the Apex, hard to pick out a hero in this lineup. It's pretty much hits down the line, except for Jody Groundball and Eagle Eyes, the Swifties products. Not getting it done in this one.
I am going to go ahead and call out Dustin Parmley getting a triple. Not only is that a first baseman getting a triple, that is a big, beefy man getting a triple. Something must have happened.
I wonder.
He's not
he
fast. That's
he
his
had,
only triple of the year.
no, he had one in the regular season.
Oh, is that? Oh, that's right. That
Yeah,
doesn't
so he had
compile.
one in the regular
So he
season
has
and now
two
one in the
career
postseason.
two career triples. He now has one in the playoffs.
And how
And
about
one
that?
person was on, so that was a run scoring triple as well.
Very impressive. We'll also highlight Zach Mouse here. 1 hit, 2 RBI, 2 run. He took a walk. He struck out once, only left 2 on base. 3 home runs. He leads both of these clubs in home runs in the series. Sorry, in the postseason so far.
I kind of
Uh,
wondered what version of Naz
ooh,
Hamed we were going to get, the pre All Star or the post All Star.
yeah.
But looks like we're getting the pre one in this game.
Bad game to run in. Geronimo and Bendover both getting thrown out. No successful stolen bases in this one. Cook also had an error.
And Nola stole like 5 bases in game 1.
Your starters, McDougal, 6.2 innings. He gave up 5, struck out 7, did give up 1 bomb as well. Pleasance came out in relief, 1.1 inning, just gave up the 1 earned. For Indianapolis, the story's got to be Dion's start, 5.2. Gave up 5 hits but scattered them, only gave up the 1 earned run, struck out 4. Dogwood Maple, a solid performance in relief in 2.1 innings. He gave up just a lone hit, also struck a batter out. And John Barron goes an inning, gives up 2 hits and an earned run, strikeout, and a walk. Michael Dion is the player of the game. That's got to feel good.
Yeah. I don't know why I can't make it out or at least into the 7th because my thing is I throw like a million pitches for inning and cannot figure out why. But Dogwood Maple been a rallying point for the Apex. Dogwood, a brand new dad. Shout out to you, Dogwood, my Sim League brother. So yeah, so doing this for Dogwood Jr. That is a theme in the indie locker room.
I like it.
Doing it for Dogwood Jr. And Dogwood Maple has been going God mode this series. So doing it for his son.
It's like the Nats. Daniel Hudson took paternity leave and then was just amazing throughout the rest of the postseason.
Hepcats or lemurs or dillos or kingpins. Almost said Florida again. Anybody have any changes? I'll give you guys a couple minutes to do that before we head on the last quick sim.
Well, we don't know. It's the last quick sim.
But I mean, that's true.
Road teams could just
The
keep
last
winning.
guaranteed quick sim. Guaranteed. Schultz versus Junk Ball. The relative unknowns in both starting rotations here in Chicago and in Louisville.
Dogwood sapling. Fantastic.
Dogwood sapling. I love that. I like Dogwood Jr. better, but that's just because of what we've been saying.
16 game stream.
No, not a 16 game stream. Indianola is even at 1. We cannot have a 16 game stream. We can only have a 15 game stream.
Well, I'm not seeing any chatter, so I think we should just get on into this. It's going to be Finn Schultz and Jeremiah Junkball pitching for the Hepcats and the Lemurs, as we've alluded to. The
Must
away
win
teams
game 3.
gonna
Like,
need to keep
really
winning.
must.
I did just
You're not
mention
reverse sweeping.
the
So,
Nats.
Louisville's.
We have seen postseasons in the real MLB where the visiting team wins every game,
Yep.
so it's been done before.
Which is weird. It is very weird.
Very weird, very rare. Very rare. I mean, it's happened once in a 7-game series. And here we go. Wait, nope, here we don't go. Hepcats said something. They
Oh,
said no changes. Okay, here we go. False alarm. It's gonna be the Lemurs winning this one, 7-3. The Hepcats are backed into a corner, and the Lemurs are not letting off the gas. 11 hits to 12, 7 runs to 3, 2 errors to 1. So the Hepcats beat the Lemurs in every category except the one that matters, runs. They gotta score runs. So for the Hepcats, let's talk about Pryor. 3 for 5, 2 RBI. He had a strikeout as well. Maybe Minion 2 for 4 with a run. For those Lemurs, the hero's got to be none other than Ramirez, center fielder. 3 hits, a run, 2 RBIs, 2 strikeouts in his 5 trips to the plate. 1 for 3 with 2 RBI of Jaguar ain't bad either. I feel like we haven't seen many home runs this postseason, and neither team hitting a home run in
well,
this
neither
game.
team is the long ball team.
That's true. Fair enough. We did see some actions on the base path. Berserker and Myth grabbing some bags. Berserker, Burrow, and Elyson with the errors.
Bad day for Finn.
Is a terrible day for Finn. 1.1 innings pitched, 5 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks, a strikeout. So he was just no movement on his pitches, I have to assume. In relief, it's going to be Barney Turbo 1.1 with 1 run. O Furniture goes 1.1 clean. O'Reilly goes 3.2 with just an earned run. And Hankey gets 1 out on 7 pitches. It's a strikeout. For Louisville, Junk Ball should be quite happy with his start. 6 innings pitched, 6 hits, 2 runs, just the 1 earned. Walked 2 batters, struck out 5. Fujisaki came in relief, 1.2, 1 earned run as he set up his pen for the rest of the game. Bonita then came out and issued a 7-pitch walk. Full count, 7-pitch walk. And was immediately hooked for Tsunami, who came in 1.1 inning, gave up 2 hits, no runs, struck 1 out. And Jeremiah Junkball is our player of the game. That's weird. I can't remember the last time I saw somebody come in, face 1 batter with a walk, and then leave.
And here's the thing. If you're Kansas City, you have 28 hits in 3 games. Again, this Louisville staff is fantastic. You can't explain why you're getting. I mean, your starting rotation is just getting annihilated, which is very interesting because Louisville is a pitching and defense team, and they're beating the crap out of the ball. And if they're going to do that, it's going to be hard to have hope anyway. But it's not like Kansas City can't hit the baseball. They got plenty of hits. They just can't score. 28 hits, only 4 runs scored through 3 games. That is absolutely pathetic efficiency.
Yeah, definitely going to be a meeting in the locker room after that game. Hopefully they can rally back and get 1 win under their belt. Maybe they're just an on-stream team, and so they'll get that
and
win.
It's hits up and down the lineup. I mean, there's hits coming from everybody. They just can't do them in the same minute.
Why don't we take you now into the Dillos and the Kingpins?
I'm going to make sure we don't have anything.
Sun Sin
No,
Yi
we're good.
taking on Cameron Grimes. There's about 10 ERA difference between these 2 pitchers.
Yeah, Grimes is quite young. I believe he is too. So this is your young guys, your third pitchers in our line.
And
see who wins.
They are.
And Chicago is up 3-0, so we got 2 3-0s. So the next minors games we'll be seeing will be on stream. 5-3 win for Chicago. Dillos out-hit them. And it's Shumi Hulkenvettel scores all 5 of Chicago's runs, including a grand slam.
Wow. There's the home run.
Yeah, in the 3rd inning, Sun Sin Yi gives up a granny to Shumi. Shumi Hulkenvettel is really trying to leave his mark on this Chicago team. But Radiant Sam hit 2 hits as well. Hayden Andrews had a pair. He should go high in the upcoming PBE Majors draft. Reggie Shrub, Shion Nakamoto, Fiddle McGee all have 2 hits. Everybody on the Dills had a hit except for Barnold. Same problem as the Hepcats. You just can't string them together. Sunsun Yi, 4 to third, 4 earned. All of those are Mr. Bowers. Property, Shumi, Hulkenvettel. Cameron Grimes, 6 innings, 2 earned. He gets the win. Sports Boy, the hold. Multi Tuolope, the save. LGM, 2 2/3, 2 hits, no earned. Mrazek, 1 inning, no earned. So really good bullpen pitching from the Dillos. But Shumi Hulkenvettel is too strong. Bauer power. So no changes from Nola for game 3. We did the New York change for game 3. I see nothing from Indy. I see nothing from Outer Banks.
We want to do the quick sims up here and then go down to the live games?
Sure. All right, OBX and New York. This is in New York this time. New York is really going to need to win this one. Turkleton Funk.
Yep. It could have a really short day here the way things are working out so far. Here it is. Voyagers winning this one 6-3, 10 hits to 7, no errors committed in the ball game. Looks like it was a big 6th inning from the Voyagers that sealed the deal. For
New
Outer
York punching
Banks,
back.
let's highlight Tex Walker and Linus Riverboat, both having 2 hits, but Riverboat checking in with the 2 RBIs, the run, and the walk. For New York, Shoes getting a hit and a run, 2 hits for Rusty, and a 3-for-4 day from Rodriguez. 1 run, 1 RBI, a strikeout. And wow, We Dem Boys also has a super good, impressive game. 2 for 3, 3 runs, 4 RBIs, and a walk. Looks like a couple of bombs for We Dem Boys. Wow, pair of bombs in the game. How about that?
Yeah, and speaking of bombs, you see who gave up another one?
But he got the win.
Yeah, but he's got to get it figured out and fast.
Yeah, I mean that's scary.
That is your number one bullpen. I mean, they switched Choate to that end role, but Cletus is supposed to be your best bullpen arm, and he is getting shredded. OBX is absolutely. They picked the right bullpen target to if you're going to neutralize a bullpen arm, that is the right one to neutralize.
I was spent a lot of time watching that film on Cletus McFlorida, man. You're pitching for OBX. It's going to be Funk, who starts 5 innings, 3 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. McDonald comes in and relieves, tries to set up the rest of the game, but gives up 2 runs, gets the blown save, gets the loss, strikes out 2, and has 2 hits as well to give up a home run. And then Ripspod closed it out, but unfortunately the damage was already done. 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, a run, a walk, 5 strikeouts. 5 of the 6 outs coming via the punchy, and he gave up a home run. For New York, the silver lining here maybe for OBX is, aside from still being up 2-1, has got to be that you got to a lot of their bullpen today. Pork Turkleton did go 5 innings, 2 earned runs. That's kind of what you want from a starter at a minimum. 4 walks, 4 strikeouts, 4 hits. Cletus McFlorida, man, like we talked about, 1.2 innings pitched, gave up a hit, gave up a run. Struck out 2, and it's, yeah, that long ball's really getting him. Tokoyami gets the hold, just the 1 out hold, 3 pitches, 3 strikes, gets the punch out. Kevin Choate, 1.2, the new stopper for New York as of this game. He does his job, 2 hits allowed, a walk, struck out 4 of his 5. And then Cantaloupe Crocodile getting his first save in the postseason here. A 1-pitch save, the best kind.
Yeah.
W.E.Dem Boys is your POG champion.
He making noise. Holla, we them boys. All right, so this is your interesting game. It's DeFerrari, who's Nolo's youngest starter, versus Shifty Lagoose, who's arguably, in my opinion, the pitcher of the year and the champions. This is a really hard. Well, first of all, he pitches Game 6, which is going to be an important game. If Indy wants to win this series, it's going to have to go long because you're not gonna just beat him around in Nola. But this is the game where your rotation having Lagoose pitch third might save you because it might just keep you alive on the road. But Shifty has to be good here, especially with how bad Dangley got beaten in Game 1.
Well, let's see what the future holds.
Oh, man.
Big ol' Apex dub to take the series 2-1 take the series, but take a lead in the
The team
series 2
cannot
1.
score before the 8th inning. It's not possible to score more than 4 runs before the 8th inning. This is so weird, and it's terrifying. I don't like it.
Well, they got out hit again, but we don't care about that column so much as the run column, and it was a close one. Both teams putting on 2 runs in the ninth. Ruger's fans would have been on their feet, making all the noise in the world, and then I'm sure all the air went out of that stadium like a balloon when it looks like Dogwood got that final out. Spoilers.
Well, he
For your
also don't. I mean, he gave up 2 runs. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gave up a couple of runs, so he didn't even just survive.
Well, they clearly stacked the lineup up correctly. I mean, 2 hits in your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7 holes. A hit coming from your 6 hole, and then your bottom batters didn't accomplish a whole lot.
Apparently, this is welcome to the Dustin Parmley show.
Apparently, at 2 for 5, 2 runs, 3 RBIs, he's definitely
And
a
a
little highlight
bomb.
for
No, 2
Indy.
bombs. 2 home runs.
Meanwhile, if you look at the New York side of things, they did have a bunch of big
You mean New
hitters.
Orleans?
I'm sorry, yeah, the New Orleans side of things, they had a bunch of big hitters, and I guess they're really not spread out too much further. It's surprising to see so many threes and
And
fours.
there's Hamed. So this is first half of the season. Hamed. That's gonna be really hard to beat.
Was it 4 singles though? No, he had a
Um,
double.
yeah, double. Now if that's front half Hamed, ooh, that's 485 Hamed out of the 5 slot with Di Stefano and Beauregard above. Oh man, that's bad news for Indy.
Yeah, not to mention Beauregard going 3 for 4, 2 RBIs, a walk and a run. This is not the kind of lineup you usually see from a team that loses a ball game. Let's just put it that way.
No, it's not.
On to your pitching, Shifty Lagoose. He got it done in the starting spot. He kept his team in the ball game at least. 5 innings pitched, 9 hits. He gave up 4 earned, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Gave up a home run, threw 100 pitches, and was done. Tro and No Hands then came out to set up the rest of the game. 1 inning pitched. He struck out 2, gave up
Yes,
nothing.
Dogwood didn't give up that much.
Your stopper Bolanos, 2 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, struck out 3, also gave up a bomb. And then Dogwood Maple, the closer, saves the game. 1 inning pitched. He gave up 3 hits and 1 earned run. It wasn't necessarily your cleanest of saves.
Boy, he's pitched like 5 games in a row at this point.
And he's doing it well. I mean, 3.00 ERA in the postseason is nothing to sneeze at. For Nola, DeFerrari, 6 innings, 4 earned runs, outpitched his opposing starter, but not good enough to get the decision for his club. He gave up 4 runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts over 8 hits. Wright came up as the setup man for New Orleans, I guess as a stopper. He gets the loss, 2 innings pitched, gave up 2 earned runs, struck out 3, had the long ball. And then Jose 43 comes out to finish the game off. 1 inning pitched. He also gave up 2 earned.
By the way, I do want to mention for you folks earlier that we're saying that I don't know what I'm talking about with the New Orleans bullpen. Notice who didn't pitch in that game and notice what happened in that game. Van, I love you, but Jose's not what he used to be.
Should say to Dustin Parmley, the player of the game. Let's go ahead and give New York their stamina check before we get to the minors, so he has a whole game to think about what he might want to do.
Babs and stamina checks.
I mean, here you have it. Your team is gassed. Whole Horse is at 60%. I guess maybe we should wait because he probably wants to see them advance today.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, first of all, advance today,
which we can't do because we have these games.
Right.
So never mind. We'll show you your stamina later. Yep. I got ahead of myself there. Wanted to give you extra time to make your choices, but forgot.
Hang on.
Basic rules of PvE.
Davey would like some stamina checks for the Lemons.
That we can do. It is their day. Pitching. So you got Roots.
Mitch and Davey did a really nice job with his team in that army. Like literal army in the bullpen.
Roxas is your starter. He's arrested as anything. You got a lot of none specified here. I mean, I'm not sure who exactly.
Look. People make fun of Beaver for his bullpen army. I think there's some European nations that don't have as many soldiers as the Lemurs do bullpen arms, and they're all eligible, which is just incredible.
Your closer's good. Tsunami's at 60%. Poor Triplets, 64%. Schramm is rested enough, if you ask me, 98%.
Probably not
Yeah,
Liechtenstein.
98% as a reliever. Henderson is at 93% as a reliever.
Liechtenstein's army is just the back half of the name of their country, and that's it.
Oop.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right,
Yeah,
I
yes,
guess
it
we're
is
good.
devised by Beaver. I figured. All right, Danny, I'm gonna let you handle game one.
Alrighty, and handle game one I shall. We do have a good pile of fun stats here. Let me get those back up. Want to find our lemurs and hepcats. We do have a proposed over-under here for this one from Dustillation. It's going to be over-under 7.5 walks drawn. Amarillo is number 1 in walks, and Chicago number 2 in the league. If Ahmad wants to throw that up. Over-under 7.5 total walks drawn. Wait, I'm on the wrong one. Hold on. How did this happen again? Just kidding. Here we go. We're getting there. Found it. Over under 12.5 strikeouts. Kansas City number 1 in throwing strikeouts. Louisville number 3. I swear we're going to get this down by the end of the stream. Again, over under 12.5 total strikeouts would be the one that is suggested. The Lemurs leap into this series. Fresh off their 3-1 series win over the Flamingos, Louisville had standout pitching against Florida, allowing only 9 runs in 4 games, a 2.25 ERA, much lower than their regular season ERA of 3.75, which was good for second overall in the minors. Offensively, Louisville is not as strong, which could make it a challenge, as Kansas City is arguably some of the best pitching in the league. It clearly has not stumped them to this point, though. In the regular season, the Lemurs are 20 and 31 against right-handed pitchers, and the Hepcats' top starters and relievers are all righties. Louisville averaged 4 runs per game in the Flamingo series, which could definitely be more than enough to win since Kansas City was in the bottom half of the league in runs scored. KC is the top seed, and they look to pounce on their first playoff opponent, and will do so by leveraging their strong pitching and forcing the Lemurs to swing the bat. First in ERA, home runs allowed, strikeouts, and second in opposing batting average. Hepcat staff is difficult to face. Their 3-headed monster of starters between Birdwhistle, Schmaltz, and Schultz all average below a 3.7 ERA. Biggest weakness will be their offense. It's a streaky offense due to 5 rookie batters in the rotation that have kind of been exposed in this series. Kansas City is also not the strongest at base stealing or hitting the long ball, and will usually be only able to generate runs by going station to station. We're going to give you some player notes. The man, the myth, the legend, Andrew Myth. He's doing his part with the 353 coming into the postseason. Let me find Myth really quick. He has actually improved on that. He's now at 369. Nice. He led the minors in average and WAR this last regular season, and will be key in getting the Hepcats
How
pitch counts up.
inappropriate, Danny. Shame on you.
Despite losing 16
What the heck was
games,
that laugh? Oh my god, this is
I don't know.
terrifying.
That's my evil laugh.
That was scary.
Despite losing 16 games and posting a 4.44 ERA in the regular season, Chinapi had a great outing against Florida, nearly pitching a complete game shutout through 8.1 innings in that one. Second outing was only a 3-inning outing, but he also only gave up 2 runs. Which Chinapi will we get in this? I'm getting a important reminder to make sure that BNN is still off. It is. We will not have any BNN. Gonna take opportunity here to do that. Back to our fun facts. Myth isn't the only man who can hit for the Lemurs. Lump O'Sullivan was tied third in the minors with home runs with 21. He had an excellent series against Florida, hitting 2 home runs in that series and batting .467. And minor strikeout king Poor Triplet was not his dominant self in 2 appearances against the Flamingos. He 2 earned in 4.1 innings of work. He was responsible for their only loss, but don't count him out in this one. For Kansas, maybe the most feel-good story in the minors right now, the second to last pick of one of the most recent minors drafts was Kent Murphy III, who just finished his first regular season at .320 with 13 home runs. Good for second most home runs on the team. Lemurs are better against lefties, which we mentioned. Could be troublesome for Hepcat's southpaw Glenn Davies. He limped into the end of the season with a 4.56 ERA, finished 0-5 in his last 6 starts. Not the way you want to enter the postseason. Another standout rookie for KC is going to be Zarin Pryor. Pryor finished his first minor season with a .319 average, just one tick shy of an 800 OPS and a WAR over 3.3. And Big Rig Tig O'Sullivan had a good season out of the pen, 2.85 ERA, had so many appearances he actually qualified to be the minors' third best pitcher in terms of ERA. Last appearance against the Lemurs, O'Sullivan allowed 1 hit in 1.1 inning and struck out 3. And with our fun facts out of the way, let's get into it. First batter of the day, it's going to be Newfoundland Berserker. He's going to ground out as I hit the escape button to turn off the out-of-town scoreboard. Ortega going to jump the gun, though, take his at-bat anyway, and fly out into foul ground. So long, BNN. Maybe we'll get some fun positioning instead. I forget what this one is. Do we want more widgets? That's good. Here we go. It's Pryor. 2 outs. Oops, I keep hitting the wrong thing. I hit it to show every pitch. We would be here forever. So on a 3-1 count, he's going to line this one into left field. Third baseman gets back and makes the grab. Andrew Myth now will be taking the first at-bat for the home team. He puts a good hit on this one, but gets under it. Skies it for the left fielder. Here is Ruben Ramirez into right field. It's on the ground. And the first hit of the ball game goes to the Lemurs. Jaguar now with a runner on base. Can the Hepcats turn the double play? No, they'll have an error. Fumble bumble. He rushed to try and cut down the lead runner. And now they're paying for it as the long ball sneaks out of here. 447 feet. Ouch. You hate to see them immediately get eaten up by that error. But Lump O'Sullivan with the absolute bomb. That should be 10 RBIs in the postseason now for him. He's absolutely carrying the Lemurs offense through this one. But McGee wants to get in on the fun too and goes ahead and hits a single. Here is Burrow skying one into right field. This should be the second out in the inning. As the 7th batter comes up, Gump is going to line this one into left field. It'll find some grass. Hit too hard to go first to third on, though. So here's Bonds with 2 on. 2-1 count. And they will get the runner at second on the fielder's choice. Lemurs do plate 3 on the big bomb from O'Sullivan. And the Hepcats are already in a hole in the series, already in a hole in the game. Kent Murphy III, cold, will strike out. Here's Dracula. Batula going to strike out as well. So back-to-back punch-outs, courtesy of Roxas. Here's Johnson, the catcher, and he'll get under this one, skied into right field. And the Hepcat bats stay cold. Here comes Elyson. Into left field, this should be caught. So the first time through the lineup, the Lemurs will plate 3 on 4 hits. And Myth is going to hit one on a rope into the right center gap. Easy double for Andrew Myth. 1 out double. Here's Ramirez on the ground to short. Hit too slowly for the shortstop to make a play. And Ramirez is on first and third now for Jaguar. And he'll hit an RBI single into left. So the Lemurs not satisfied with 3 runs in the first. With one out, they've already plated one. Here's O'Sullivan again, and he'll strike out this time. 2-2 count. Good pitch, got him. We'll have a fumble bumble here. The last thing KC can afford to do now is make errors. As McGee finishes his at-bat, hits one softly to the pitcher, and they get the out. They retire the side, only allowing the one run to score. As Minion, Stargasm, and Montroy will try to find the first hit for the Kansas City club. But it won't come from Minion. It's ground out. And a ground out for Stargasm. A little 4-3 action there. Here's Montroy. And it'll be the strikeout. So 9 up, 9 down for Roxas. Burrow in now, and it's going to pop one into foul ground. First baseman will let the catcher know he's got it. Here's Forrest Gump. On the ground to third. 2 quick outs here for Glenn Davies. And skied by Bonds, the first 1-2-3 inning from Davies. Maybe now that the pitching has settled down. In fact, that was a 1-pitch out. Maybe now the offense can get a little excited, try and pick up their pace here. And they'll reach base for the first time. Berserker taking a walk. Ortega now going to strike out on a fastball at his head. Not sure where he thought that one was. We'll have a strike him out. Strike him out, throw him out. The throw did beat him. I couldn't tell if he got the tag on in time. And the Lemurs erase the one runner they've led on with a strike him out, throw him out double play. And Eliason will strike out of the 9-hole. Here is hot-hitting Andrew Myth on the ground to short. 6-3 on that one, and here's Ramirez now into left field. So Davies has now retired 6 in a row. Good to see him settling in. Murphy the third. A little slow roller down the third base line is fielded and thrown in time. Dracula now, and there it is. The first hit for Kansas City goes for extra bases. He'll slide into second with a Count Dracula double. Does he slide into second or just kind of fly into second on bat wings? Who can say? Johnson will strike out behind him, and now they're going to need a single to get the runner home. And that looks to be a single. We'll see if they try him. They do. He's headed home. Safe. So an RBI single for Minion scores Dracula, and the Hepcats are on the board. It's only a 3-run lead. I mean, it's super winnable still for the Hepcats, despite how things looked coming out of the first. Stargasm going to hit a ground ball to end the inning, and we're through 4.5. Here come the Lemurs. Jaguar on the ground to short as we keep my computer safe. Sorry, I missed if they called that an error or a hit. We'll have a stolen base to contend with here. So O'Sullivan now has a runner in scoring position, but who cares where the runner is? That's the second home run of the game, 412 feet. Runners get to score from anywhere on the home run, and O'Sullivan is having a game. 5 RBIs now through 5 innings. And that'll do it for Davies. Randy Hank in now to pop up Diddle McGee. Miles Burrow, the third baseman, on the ground to second. 2 outs, and Forrest Gump. That one's going to be a hit into left field. Split the difference between short and third. Cold hitting Barry Bonds now. And even the cold hitter's finding a way on. A little single into center, and they're actually going to go first to third on this one. I didn't think that was a good decision, but he made it in there with, I think, a little time to spare. And we'll have hit and run now as the Lemurs refuse to step off the gas pedal. An Eliason RBI single now, getting another runner from first to third. And here's Andrew Myth again. And it's to the center fielder. Ooh, I thought that one had a chance to go over his head and really crack the inning open. But it's just going to be another 3 spot for the Lemurs. John Montroy now, flying out on the infield. Newfoundland will strike out. And Ortega into center, but right at the center fielder. Here is Ramirez, going to lead things off with a single on the left. Jaguar now, the chance to move him along. It's Tony Mazzarelli in now as they try a pickoff move from the catcher. That, I think, is going to be called a single. They do call it an infield hit first and second now for O'Sullivan. I mean, just walk the guy. No, they'll make a play and they'll get the out. He does get both the runners over. And McGee gets under one. This should be good for an RBI, though. Both runners tag, both runners advance, both runners safe. It's an RBI sac fly for Diddle McGee. Miles Burrow now popped one up just off the infield. Second baseman had good range and made the grab there. Another run plated for the Lemurs. 8-1 after 6. And Pryor is going to start off with a double. Last time the Hepcats started things off with a double, they managed to score that run. I think he maybe had a shot at 3, but didn't want to get greedy. Here's Kent Murphy. That should be a single. Will be an RBI single. No outs, so they'll hold the runner. Here's Count Dracula now. He already has a hit in this game, and he got under this one. Let's see if it's deep enough. They won't test it. So Johnson with an out. 2 strikes. Gets one on the ground. It's good for an RBI. And Minion on the ground to short. He records the out. So that was stretch time as Forrest Gump steps up to the plate. And we'll have another error here on the Hepcats. Their second of the ball game. Bonds takes a walk, so now 2 on for Mazzarelli. Eliza at the plate. Skies one into center left. The left fielder has it. Strong throw keeps the runner parked at second. Here's Patio Furniture delivering to Andrew Myth, who singles one up the middle over the second baseman's head. Bases juiced now for Ramirez. And Ramirez sends one deep to center. Going, and caught on the warning track. It'll be good for a run. Hits the cutoff man. And now it's first and second for Jaguar, who will pop this one up to the first baseman in foul territory. Juiced the bases with just 1 out and only managed to score 1 run. We're through 7. Here's Stargasm. In the sky to center. That's going to be caught. Montroy. In the sky to center. The other side this way, more towards left. That'll be caught. And here's Berserker. In the sky to left, and a sliding catch from the left fielder. Diddle McGee makes it look easy and makes the grab. It's going to be the hot-hitting O'Sullivan. Can he get the hat trick? He'll take a walk. Full count walk. On a pitch inside. Diddle McGee now Barney Turbo in. And we'll another pop up in foul territory. This one I didn't see who handled it. On the ground past the third baseman for Miles Burrow. Hot shot couldn't be handled at the hot corner. Here's Forrest Gump, the catcher. On the ground to second. Can they turn 2? They do. Quick hands from the Kansas City defense, as they've got 3 outs to go and are going to need 7 runs to stay in this one. Patrick McCoy on the bump. Strikes out the first batter he faces. Here comes Pryor. On the ground to second. 2 outs. And the cold-hitting Kent Murphy Jr. On the ground to short. The play is made and the Lemurs will advance to the World Series for the first time in their short franchise history. What a great game. What a great job pitching. What a great job hitting. I mean, that's the kind of energy you want headed into a World Series. Every aspect of that lineup was clicking. Every arm in that pen was Harlan. And Lump O'Sullivan. 5 RBIs coming on, 2 home runs. What a game from Lump O'Sullivan. I'm going to guess the player of the game. Sad day for Hepcats Nation. Lump O'Sullivan is named our player of the game. Just an incredible start from Roxas. McCoy was clean in relief. And I mean, I don't know what to talk about other than O'Sullivan. 2 hits, both leaving the yard. Had a walk beside it. Johnson and Minion, the RBIs for KC. And yeah, for the Hepcats, it's the first time they've had home field advantage and not been able to get it done. Losing this one in Lemurland. Lumpo Sullivan. Are you still with us, Mike?
Yes, I am. And yeah, and great season for Kansas City. That's just it's what could have possibly happened. It's just instead of it happening throughout the season, it just picked right now to do it. Congrats to the Lemurs for going to the World Series. But and they're a fantastic ball club. Like I said, I mean that's a 70 win ball club. And they only won was 50 games, I think. They won a lot less games. They won 20, 25 less games than a lot of smart people said they should have won at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I
And
was
you
right there
can't
with them.
forget that. You can't forget that. This is a severely underperforming team. And come the playoffs, all you got to do is make it. And this is proof of that. That all you have to do is just get there.
And
And you
it's
can do awesome stuff. And
hard
they
to
did.
complain about their performance in the postseason either. I mean, they've been phenomenal so far.
Yeah, and again, I mean, just it's a young lineup. There's really nothing else I can. There's not much else I can say to Kansas City fans. There's nothing else I can say. It's a young hitting core. This stuff is going to happen. It's just the facts of just how it is in the BBE. Now the Dillos, if they get swept here against Chicago, that I will be more interested in because I do think Chicago is better, but I think that this is closer. I don't think this should be cakewalk. There was always a chance that that was a Louisville cakewalk, which it was. Didn't think it was a great chance. There was always a chance. This, I did not think that there was a chance, but it could be. It really could.
Yeah, case the Kingpins up 3-0. Hard to deny them. They have every opportunity here, and I mean, you can see they've got the hot symbol here on Hudson Lane. I see well, maybe yeah, just one more little Kingpin than I see Dillo. Jim Dog has been so solid this season though, and even better against Chicago. Meanwhile, Mitch the T-Rex has not been good against the Dillos, so we'll see if that has comes into play at all. Do you see a Dillo ping here? Can we flip the bad setting off? Flip.
Um, I don't see it. Do you?
I don't.
Sag.
We'll just. Is it the DH? Is that what we should flip?
No, the DH is good.
Okay, okay. Well, I think this one's all you.
Yeah, it is. So here we are, ladies and gents. We have got game 3, the Hepcats, the Kingpins, and the Dillos. Mitch the T-Rex versus Jim Daw. Game 1. It was Chicago that took this on the road. They took game 3 in Chicago at home. They took that one. They're up 3-0. Shumi Hulkenvettel's been your story. He is hitting over 400 in this postseason, trying to correct the mistakes of his previous great Anthony Bauer. Hudson Lane's also hot. We've seen some good postseason stuff from Anchovy as always. Radiance Ham has had a good series as well. On the Dillo side, I think Beef Johnson has still been very good. And really, overall, just as a team, the Dillo lineup has been good. It's just that they need to be better than Chicago, who's been hitting a crap out of the baseball. And honestly, I don't really have much else to say. This is two really good hitting teams.
Well, then away we go.
So here we go. First inning, Mitch the T-Rex. The 0-1 to Reggie Shrub. Bounce back to the pitcher. Over to first for the out. Here's the 1-0 to Beef Johnson. That's a single into left field here in Chicago. So the Dillos get a runner on for Shion Akamoto. First pitch to Akamoto. That is back up the middle for a base hit into center field. So first and second for Hieronymus Flex. Only one away. 3-1 to Flex. That's a walk. Danger for Chicago with Fiddle McGee hitting .417 into the postseason. And that is going to be one heck of a catch by Hulkenvettel. It's going to score a run, but if that had gotten it down, it would have scored 2 or more. So Fiddle with a sac fly and an RBI. 2 outs for Burb the batter. Burb did not play in a regular season, played here in the postseason to not too much success. Ground out to third, over to second. So the Dillos load the bases, get 1 out of it. They got pretty much the bare minimum. Justice, Grady, and Lane starts off the Chicago lineup. Here's the 3-2 to Sacks Justice from Jim Daw-Egg, and Justice is going to go down looking. So Daw-Egg started once against Chicago, a 9.53 ERA because of 6 surrendered runs. That is a bobble of the baseball from Reggie Shrub that lets Antlis Gray get on, and Hudson Lane is going to walk. And now here's the white-hot Schumi. 2-2. Schumi Hulkenvettel into center field, and he is actually going to be out. They're going to move the runner to third from second is Atlas Gray. Ready, it's Ham racing for the bag and gets there. Another defensive mistake from Shrub. Couldn't get the throw off. It is 1-1 Chicago and Amarillo. Now here's Hayden Andrews who checks. Bases are loaded for Anchovy. Always clutch in the playoffs, it seems. 3-1 to Chovy. And Chovy's going to walk, and Daw-Egg is not looking good. 2-1 Chicago for Donnie Applegate. Chicago one batter away from getting 9 guys to the plate. Here's Donnie, the 0-1. Donnie Applegate, center field, and the Dillos will avoid disaster in the first. It's 2-1.
And 3 walks in the first inning is not what you want to see from your starting pitcher.
So here's Mitch the T-Rex. Let's see if he can throw the ball a little bit better. That is Big Barnold who grounds out. Now Angelo Hawkins offers it a bunt and misses. And he will ground out to third. Hayden Andrews fielding 2 in the early innings here. Mikey Moe, fly ball, center field. That is on the track. Shumi's got it. I wonder if we see him in the next inning. We'll see Jose 43 and the second at bat for Justice and Gray here in the second. Let's see if Daw-Egg can pitch better. The T-Rex did. Let's see if the Daw-Egg can, although Jose 43 Sr. gets a hit up the middle. Here's Sacks Justice hitting .414 in the postseason. He's 0 for 1 today, I should say. Almost said he already had a hit. That is incorrect. He pops out. He's 0 for 2. Here is Gray. Swing and a miss. Atlas Gray strikes out. Hudson Lane walked first time up the 1-2. Hudson Lane, rather. This is into left field, and it is caught. So bottom 2 is done. Daw-Egg better. 2-1 Chicago. Third, it is the second at-bats for Shrub, Johnson, and Akamoto guaranteed. T-Rex striking out Reggie Shrub. He's 0 for 2. So both leadoff guys 0 for 2 in this one. Beef Johnson 1 for 1, the 2-0. And Johnson, fly ball, shortstop's got it. Went back into the outfield to get it. Here is Akamoto. First pitch to him is hit right at the right fielder, Jose 43 Sr. So Schumi Hulkenvettel leads off the third for Chicago. 3-0 to Schumi. I'd pitch around him too. I'm serious. I would pitch around him. Here's Radiant's Ham. 2-0. Ham bounce it to first. Over to short, covering second. Back over to first base. Ham's going to beat it out though. So they get Schumi off the bases. On a 0-2, Hayden Andrews is going to get this one back of the middle. First and second. Nice piece of 2-strike hit. And here's Chovy. Chovy, fly ball, right field, easy play for Mo. Will they advance Ham? Yeah, they will. Ducks on a pond with 2 away for Donnie Applegate. 2-2. Donnie struck him out. Daw-Egg gets him down. So 3 innings for Jim Daw-Egg. Not the cleanest. It looks scary, but he hasn't given it wide open right to Chicago. Mitch, the T-Rex has been settled since the first. He gets flex and a fly out. Here's Fiddle McGee. Struck him out. Goodbye. Sit down. See you later. Almost said hasta la vista and hallelujah at the same time. Hasta la vista. Burb the batter flies out to left field. Top of the fourth done. 2-1 Chicago here at home. We go back to 9-1-2 just like we did in the second. Here's Jose 43 Sr. bouncing out to first base. Now here's Sacks. 0 for 2 in the ballgame. 3-2 to him. And he walked him. So Daw-Egg has walked 5 now. Here's Atlas Gray in the DH. The 1-0 to Gray. Atlas Gray into center field. Easy catch for Barnold. And Hudson Lane is coming with 2 outs. First, we're going to have a Sacks Justice out at second base. Hieronymus Flex going to flex the guns.
See ya.
Sent him down. That's a big throw. That is a great runner and sacks Justice to get him. Big situation. It's the T-Rex. 3-0 count. Manages to get the out of Barnold. Now Hawkins grounds out to third. Mo up next, the 9-hole hitter. 0 for 1 today. Struck him out. T-Rex gets him down. Mitch dancing like a T-Rex. He's thrown 5. He's only given up 1. Hudson Lane. Fly ball center field. That's it. Out here is Schumi, the 1-0. Hulkenvedel the third to first. He has been held down in this game. 2-0 to Radiance. Ham, second, first. Daeg finally has settled in. He gave up 2 in the first, hasn't given up anything. It finally had a 1-2-3 inning these last couple. Top of the 6th we go. Quick moving game. Chicago's up 2-1. First one to break. Might be the team that wins the game. Shrub. That's a single. Now we're going to have Shrub successfully steal second. Here's Beef Johnson. So he'll have a 2-0 count to him. Johnson, that is back up the middle. That is underneath the glove of Anchovy. It is tied 2-2. Shrub is on second base. Johnson is on second base. Shrub has just scored. Akamoto's at the plate. The 0-2 to him. Shion Akamoto, left field. That is Akko out of here. Shion Akamoto is going to make it 4-2 Dillos, trying to get this series out of danger. So Mitch the T-Rex was not the guy living on the edge, and he just fell off of it. He gets a Hieronymus Flex pop-out, though. Can he recover well? He gets Fiddle McGee out. Ground ball back to him. Burb the batter struck out. But the damage is done. He's given up 3 in this inning. It is 4-2. And you're not getting the heart of the Chicago Order until the 7th. See if the bottom can do something. Bear is in the ball game now. So Daeg is done. 2 earned. It looked rocky for a while. He walked 5 guys, but he survived. Andrews out on a pop-up. Now Chovy gets a single. Here's Donnie Applegate. So it's lefty Applegate, lefty 43 senior against a lefty pitcher. Applegate grounds to first, tap on the bag. Chovy at second for Jose 43 senior, who grounds out to first, tap on the bag. So the lefty does his job. And we got a bunch of righties coming up. We'll have to see that pitching matchup for the Dillos in the 7th. You play matchups here in these playoffs. That is big Barnold ground ball up the middle. Mitch the T-Rex still in the ballgame, but for how much longer? And that's your answer. Al Capone's going to be in. Angelo Hawkins misses a bunt attempt. Now he gets it down and is...
Wow, safe.
He's safe at first. He outruns it and is safe at first. Here's 5-4. Not going to go to 3 on a Mikey Mo ground out to third. So it's fielder's choice. Here's Reggie Shrub, who just dinks it right in front of him. Oh, they throw to second. Nobody went home. Capone didn't cover the plate. And Johnson strikes out. So an interesting exchange. Shrub just kind of dabbled the ball in front of the plate. Catcher goes to second. Third baseman, runner on third, I should say, did not go. No one covering home for Chicago. Zach's Justice going to fly out. Here's Atlas Gray, the 3-1. Gray finally gets some wood on the ball. Is 1 for 4 in the ball game. Here's Hudson Lane. 2-2. Lane, that is a single in front of the right fielder. They're leaving in the lefty. Atlas Gray's going to steal an extra bag. Go to third for Schumi. 1-2. Got him out. Schumi, Hulkenvedel. 0 for 3. That was huge. 1-0 to Radiance. Ham going to have to run this out. Yeah, and he does. Radiance Ham beats it out. It's 4-3, so first and second for Hayden Andrews. The rookie. Andrews to short. Bobbled. Bases are loaded for Chovy. A clutch playoff performer in the bottom of the Chicago the last 3 seasons. Chovy, second, first. Not this time. The Dillos will survive another inning. They go to the 8th. They need some insurance, though. Chicago's starting to get it put together off the bullpen. So this is Malta Tupaloe to face Akamoto, who had a home run last time up. Now hits a single. 3 for 4 on the day. Here is Flex. The 2-1-2 Hieronymus. Third. Over to first. Not going to look at second. 3-2 Fiddle McGee. That's a walk. Burb the batter, the designated hitter. Hitting 154, the 1-0. Burb, this is into right, and it is caught out in right field by Jose 43 Sr., who we get to see in the bottom of the inning with the stick. Second, Big Barnold rounds out fielder's choice to second. Chicago trying to go to the World Series again. It'd be their third appearance in a row, and they're going to try and get there. They got 6 outs to find a way to get 2 runs. Donnie Applegate 0 for 3. Applegate right center. Caught by Mike Guimau. Here's Jose 43 Sr. He's going to go to the same place Applegate did, just about 30 feet shorter. Here's the 3-2 to Sax Justice, who's going to walk. You'd assume Justice is off on the second pitch of the at-bat. Nope, it's first pitch of the at-bat. Flex can't throw him out this time. Here's Atlas Gray. 3-1. Gray to short, over to first. And the Dillos are going to retire him in the 8th. So for Chicago, it's going to be Lane, Hulkenvettel, and Ham, the best hitting part of the order, with Andrews in that key 4th spot in that inning in the bottom of the 9th. But for now, the Dillos are going to try and get insurance. Hawkins pops up. Did not try and bunt there, by the way. Mike Guimau going to loop this over. That's not Donnie at first. That's Radiance Ham at first base. So Mo is on at first for Shrub. The 2-0 Reggie, bouncer to short. Got the runner at first. And Johnson. A little smoothie vert's going to come in. He's going to throw 2 pitches, and he's going to get him out. Here's the bottom of the 9th. Chicago trying to move on. Dillos trying to stay alive by locking it down. Who's going to be on the mound for the Dillos to face the Chicago heavy hitters? It is Chorizo Itchy Nose. Hudson Lane, tapper back to the pitcher. He is out. Schumi, first pitch. Schumi,
Oh my.
Hulken gone. Hulken smash. 4-4. You had to wonder when something was going to give with Schumi not hitting in this game, and it was in the 9th. Radiance Ham on first base. Now Ham is going to take off and is safe. Only 1 out for Andrews. 2-1. Hayden Andrews, that's through the right side. Ham hesitated. They're not going to send him. It's Chovy that can send Chicago to the World Series. 3-2. Walked him. Here's Donnie Applegate. Donnie is second season Kingpin. Donnie Applegate past first base, and the Chicago Kingpins see the Louisville Lemurs. Chicago, Louisville 1. We will see you in Chicago for Game 1 of the Miners World Series on Saturday afternoon.
Wow.
Wow. What a ball game at the end. Chicago pulling it out.
Ichino's got that first out so quick, I started to wonder, and then, oof.
Bauer, what a home run. 430-foot blast. A absolute thriller at the end. Hulkenvettel went Hulk smash right at the end. The one hit, the most important one he could have. Hayden Andrews, 3 hits in that one. Radiant Sam, 2 hits, 2 ribbies. The Dillos, 3 hits from Shion Nakamoto, including a 2-run shot in that 6th. Daw Egg, 5 innings, 2 runs, none of them earned. 5 walks. Mitch the T-Rex, 6 innings, 4 earned. But it was Chorizo Ichinos who wound up giving it up at the end with the loss. Shion Nakamoto, your player of the game. Danny, we only got the majors left to go, buddy.
Yeah, I did not expect 2 sweeps in the minors.
No, I didn't either. I thought there was a chance that the Kansas City Louisville thing was going to be a sweep. I did not think this could be.
Yeah, I mean,
I was pretty sure these guys were way too close for it to be a sweep.
it's going to be a heck of a World Series too, because both these teams seem to be pretty on fire right now.
Yeah, it is. But this is the ultimate. This is the ultimate in the like who what wins, pitching or hitting. Because, yeah, Louisville hit on Kansas City pretty good, but just in general, Louisville is pitching and defense. Chicago can just beat the crap out of the baseball. So that is a fun... You baseball philosophers out there, this is a fun World Series for you.
And there you have it. I mean, that's your championship series in the minor leagues. We'll go ahead and give you some playoff coverage for this one. Want to take a look at our MVPs here. We'll start with Kansas City and the Lemurs. It's going to be Lump O'Sullivan, the Lemurs' third baseman, who gets the series MVP honors in this one. Lemurs cruising to the World Series with a sweep, but you could say that about either team. And you say that the offense of Chicago is on fire right now, but if we look at this, we have the top three hitters on KC. I'm sorry, on the Lemurs hitting over 400 at least against Kansas City. Lumpo Sullivan slugging 886. Kyle Lyson putting up those Danny B numbers. Happens to the best of us. And then we'll flip you here to the Kingpins and the Dillos. Series MVP. Who else? It's going to be Bauer, Schumi, Holkenvettel. The championship MVP here for the Dillos. I think I said Chicago a second ago. I don't know what I'm talking about. Wait, no, it is Chicago. I get confused when this side is the winner and then this side is the winner, the loser. But I guess I did just highlight that the Lemurs had four hitters over 400 in that series. The Kingpins do as well, and they have a hitter over 600. Schumi Holkenvettel finishes that series 625, slugging 1,188. 9 RBIs in the series. You could pick any other three batters on the team, and you couldn't surpass that total. 3 home runs. That's 2 more home runs than the rest of his team hit together. In fact, if you put the other 17 batters in this game together, Schumi Holkenvettel has more home runs than them. 1 home run coming from Ham, 1 coming from Okamoto, and that's it. Wow. And that's your minors. So we're definitely going to need to keep an eye out for... Yeah, it looks like it's starting tomorrow. Can we go ahead and... We can delete this now, can't we? Or do we have to wait till tomorrow?
I think.
Um, okay, Enoch just pinged and said to do it tomorrow. Someone's gonna have to talk me through that. I always forget. But in the meantime, I believe Enoch is owed some stamina.
Yes, he is.
So here it is, whole horse. He is 100%. He is ready to go. He's loving life. Sorry, let me find the Voy Boys channel. Pitching wise, you've got Kevin. He's tired, not looking great. You've got Cletus, exhausted. You've got Tokoyami, who is rested as a reliever. You've got Pax Abadir, who I don't think has pitched yet. And Cantaloupe Crocodile, I think, came in once, but he's ready to go as a relief pitcher. So your top two are dead in the water, but your other three are good to go. I don't know if you want to make a change to Choate or McFlorida Man. Looks like he just linked me what he wants. I love that. It's my favorite thing ever. Middle relief, normal, stopper. Middle relief, normal, stopper. Middle relief, normal, dash. Middle relief, use less, long relief. These are actually identical now. Stopper, eighth and close, high leverage. Middle relief, normal. Weird, I wonder why they show in a different order, but that's not a big deal. Alright, let me know if that looks good to you, Enoch. Packs should be normal. Oh, good catch, good catch. Now let me know if that looks good. Perfect. See some chatter in the Rougarous, no changes. I see some chatter in the Aviators, no changes. I think the Apex are the only team who haven't piped up, but they've had a time and a half at this point. No, I did not delete them, Enoch. I'm not sure. Mike might have just stepped away. Do you want to talk me through deleting them?
Oh, I'm here.
Do you, do you
I'm
know how to do
chilling.
it off the top of your head?
Uh,
I always forget. Oh, you have to like go into.
what do you do? Do you tell me to do it?
No, he just
Um,
asked me to do it. I'm trying to remember how
okay.
you do it.
No, it's in league settings. I know that. It's league settings. So go to MILBP. League settings. Okay, get rid of that.
That's where we need to go, isn't it?
Yeah, no, yeah, you have to go there. You just have to
Let
like, I
me
don't know, throw up a thingy real quick.
doo-doo-doo. Um, you can't see it, right? Okay. And then just delete them all, right, Enoch? Or move them. I don't know if you can move them. Okay. Wait, these say. Okay. Lemurs and kingpins. Delete. Go to tomorrow. Delete. Go to the second. The third. Delete. Fourth. Delete. Fifth. Delete. Perfect. Alright, that should be enough deleting. I'm gonna make a note that if we get to October 7th, yeah, we rigging it.
Yeah, we rigging it.
What about it? So there, I have the. It'll start on the 7th now. We can move that up. I'm pretty sure if we need to. 6th is nothing. 5th is nothing. 4th is nothing. 3rd there's nothing. 2nd there's nothing. 1st there's nothing. September 30th there's nothing.
So, Danny, while you're thinking, I do have a question for you.
Alrighty.
Um, so number one, I'm guessing that we are going to do the quick sim for Indy first, because that's not an elimination game.
Sure.
Also, if Indy happens to win, would you like me to do the New York game? Because I refuse to call a game I am pitching because I will be too busy having a stroke.
Sure. So let's go ahead.
We could BNN it, actually.
I'm sorry?
I mean, we could BNN it, as Nate says, and just kill
Yeah.
two birds. But then I would be too afraid
Well,
that we would leave BNN on if that
both
for the
series are at 2-1 right now, so there's a world in which we quick sim these games, and
wait, what?
both series are 2-1.
Oh,
I think if we quick
oh,
sim tomorrow and it's
sorry.
2-2, maybe we just, I don't know, show a couple games.
Nah, I mean we show. Let's just go to limbs. I'm sorry. I thought OBX was up 3-0. I didn't
Yeah.
even see. Yeah, okay. So this is both quick sim. I wasn't. Oh, I hope I didn't write down the series wrong on the tracker. Oh nope, I didn't. I'm just an idiot. So never mind. I lied.
All right. Well, why don't you want to take this box score anyway, and then I'll call the Apex box score.
Yeah, sure. New York and OBX. So New York 3-0 at home. OBX 0-3 on the road. AW calling the 2-3-2 a bunch of BS, which it is. And we'll see if it bites him. Nope, doesn't bite him this time. OBX takes the lead 3-1, so we will see a game next time. Not this time though. Klausberg and Cannon, a 2-run home run in the top of seventh versus Pax Abater. That puts this thing away. New York trying tonight though. Kirk Swerve, 2 hits, 3 RBIs. Excuse me, Swerve hit all those RBIs in the ninth inning to try and pull it back, but the rest of the lineup couldn't pull 6 runs back. Bergen Cannon, 2 hits, 2 ribbies. Tex Walker, 3 hits, 2 RBIs. Arnold Drockenberg, 2 hits, no RBIs. Then Bob Beaumont, 6 innings, 3 earned. Whole Horse, 5 innings, 2 earned. Domenico Pozzo with the save. Farabin Caden pitching very well. The wily veteran, 2 innings, no hits, no runs, 3 strikeouts. Pax Abadir, probably your guy who lost it for you for New York, 3 earned runs. Tex Walker, your player of the game at Vaughn's house. So, OBX up 3-1. Can they go to their second straight World Series?
Before we find that out, let's head down to New Orleans. We're going
Oh
to
boy.
step off Bourbon Street and over to the game. Quick play it up. Doug Dangley taking on Hiro Nakamura. Indy needs to win this one to head to a potential elimination game up a series. If New Orleans wins, we'll be all tied up. And away we go.
I'm
It
gonna
will be
cry.
the Apex winning this one
No,
6 to
no, I
5.
don't want to finish. No, I don't want to do this.
6 to
No,
5.
please.
13 hits to 12. Mike in shambles despite the win. It's like a big eighth
No.
inning. Rugers were probably feeling pretty good with the 5-4 lead coming into the eighth, and then they blew it. Your batters, it's going to be Zach Mouse with a hit, 2 walks, and 3 runs. It's going to be Jody Quinn getting the ball off the ground, 3 for 4, 2 runs, and RBI. He had a double. He had a home run and a single. So he was 3/4 of the way to the cycle. For those Rougarous, 3 for 4 day for Hafner with 2 runs. A hit for Hamed. Valor was quiet. Bonanza was quiet. Pair of RBIs for Cook. Scroll down to the pitching. Doug Dangley goes 6 innings, gives up 3 strikes out, 3. No hands, comes out in relief, gives up 2 earned runs, 4 hits, and gets the win. Walks 1, strikes 1 out. Austin Bentley gets his first save of the postseason this season. 2 innings pitched, he struck out 2, gave up just 1 hit. For New Orleans, Nakamura started 6 innings, 10 hits, 3 runs, 3 of those 3 runs earned. A walk, 9 strikeouts, gave up a long ball. Derek Yeater going to take the loss in relief, 1.2 innings, 2 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned. A walk, 2 strikeouts, also gave up a long ball. And then Pleasance closed it out for the Rougarous, 1.1 innings, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. Jody Quinn is your player of the game. So we're going to have some games tomorrow. How about that? Batters live in large. All 3 of our performers of the day are the hitters. And I think you're calling this one, Mike.
Which one?
This one.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say which one. Do you want to do Indy first, or do you want me to do back-to-back games?
I guess if you need to give your voice a rest,
Let's
I can take
get
this one.
Indy. Let's get Indy
You
Noah
just
done
don't want to
first,
have
and
to
then
sit
I'll.
on this one.
No, I don't. I don't. And also, I just called the game, so let me give some time to get the energy back.
Gurren asking to
I'm
quick sim, so I'm just actually going to go ahead and quick sim this.
please, please.
I think we have. Uh,
AW knows how I feel.
oh, we should make sure that there's no changes before I get too carried away here.
Uh, go check OBX's stamina. They do want that. We can do that while we're waiting. Razor wants a stamina check. Um,
Pitching. So you got
Rougarous
Cato.
say they do have a change, so it's a good thing we didn't start. He said no changes, and then he said, hang on a minute.
All right, so
So,
we've got stamina for the Outer Banks Aviators.
don't
Walker
worry, Razor, I
Cato,
got you, man.
89% rested.
Oh, wow.
In your
That's
pen,
interesting.
Rip Spot slightly tired. Flame McDonald rested, not completely, but rested enough. Ben Caden slightly tired. Domingo Pozo rested, and Hunter Sky rested. So nobody's 100%, but I think it was Ripspod, slightly tired, and Ben Caden are your two slightly tireds. Yep. So let me know if you want any changes there.
While we're
Uh,
waiting on them, Rougarous, I'll read you. They want a new bullpen. I'll read it to you. Once you get there, just let me know when you're there, Danny.
I'm there.
All right. DeFerrari to the bullpen. MRP normal setup.
All right.
Jose 43, MRP normal.
Okay.
Derek Eater, MRP, use less often.
Okay.
Eldorian, confirm if you're there, good sir. Van. Remove setup off 43.
Done.
DG would like us to check the Dillo's bullpen. I believe out of the playoffs is their status.
It says they're all hungover and drunk.
Rougarou says good. Voy Boys want you to bump Regnaleb to +2 on the hook on the Indiv strat.
You said
Van is in chat begging for him to be used less. This is awesome. At least I'm not the only one who doesn't want to pitch right now. Or I don't want to be on stream pitching. So +2 for Savart. Enoch. Anything else?
yep, that's what we did. +2 starter.
Yeah, starter.
Yep. No problem. The Rougarou said they gave us
The
changes.
Rougarous are good. Enoch is a yes, thank you. Remove the pitch count from Savart, you mean? Enoch?
Done. Who do I have here?
Okay. So we're good if you did that.
I did.
Miss, any changes? I'm pretty damn sure the answer is no, but I might as well ask.
Aviators wants to look again. Uh, so
You
it's
want to look
your
at starters, right, Razor?
Cato's 89%. The other two are gassed, and then
Yeah.
it's Flame McDonald or no, Flame McDonald's good. Justin Ripspad is slightly tired. Ben
Go throwing
Caden
110 pitches. And
is slightly
Razor, by the
tired.
way, we are on the right day. Just in case you were wondering.
Flame McDonald's at 80%. Domingo Pozo's at 93%, and Hunter Sky's at 91. So nobody's at 100. Ben Kane and Ripspod are slightly tired. Your other three are rested. And then, yeah, Race Funk is exhausted, and Bob Beaumont's at 0%.
Razor, doing his job, currently writing Moby Dick. Oh, all that for 5 words. Swap Pozo and Ripspod. Roles, I'm assuming he means. So, stopper, 7th close, high love.
I should have paid more attention to what Pozo was.
Yeah, really.
I think he was what, middle relief, normal,
What was
and
Pozo, Razor? I'm sorry.
I can pull up the lineup card.
I'll just do it then. Just stay there. I'll go get it. What's the last one I did?
Looks like middle relief normal usage setup.
So Pozo was MRP normal set. Yeah.
All right, let me know if that looks good.
Oh no, Razor wants MR stopper. So stopper is second.
For Ripspod.
Yeah. Right?
All right, give us the thumbs up if you like it. Not seeing a thumbs up from Razor, but I don't think his game is one we're doing first, so that's okay. He'll have all the time in the world. We're gonna take on Indy and the Rougarous first, because Mike understandably doesn't want to call this one, and he did just call a game.
Oh, hang on. Razor's about to.
You're
Okay.
talking.
Aviators are going to consult. He wants us to do the other game first, which is perfect. They have no interest in watching this, at least here.
Well, here's our fun facts brought to us by Casey Colby for the New Orleans Rougarous and the Indianapolis Apex. In both of Indianapolis's previous playoff appearance, they were narrowly defeated in the first round by Detroit, who the Apex overcame for the first time this year. You may remember my most excellent pun that they Apexercised their demons. Actually, someone in chat came up with the Apexercised. I liked it. I stole it. So not only is this the first time these two teams have met in the postseason, it is the first time Indy has made it out of the first round. And they're doing it in style. They claimed home field advantage by one win, which is bad news for the Rougarous, considering that the main reason Indy had the better season record was by beating New Orleans 7-3 in the regular season. Surprising no one, the Rougarous' strength is their incredibly balanced offense. New Orleans led the Champions League in hits, on base percentage, extra base hits, home runs, and steals. Unsurprisingly, they led all other offenses in runs by a comfortable margin. However, the Apex will look to counter that with a defense that's almost as dominant, first in hits allowed, walks allowed, and with both starters and bullpen #1 in ERA. Further muddying the waters is that both teams went 4 games in the previous round, so neither had a clear advantage in terms of pitcher rest. The one thing that would be expected to be a strong factor would be home field advantage, which Indy holds. However, Indy's park is just a less exaggerated version of the New Orleans one in every category. Technically, by being less focused on hand, it does favor the Apex slightly more, but not enough to be really called an advantage. In addition, both teams will use more right-handed pitching than left, so neither will be able to exploit a matchup that way. However, Indianapolis does have a minor advantage in bullpen, 3 relievers able to pitch same side compared to just 2 for New Orleans. That means that all things being equal, higher scoring and/or longer games will favor the Apex. Mike Dion would be Colby's pick to lead things off against the Rougarous. While no archetype really holds the Rougarous in check, Dion is the only lefty in the rotation, so the Apex will want to use him as often as possible. That has certainly been the case this season, as Dion posted the lowest RA and highest IP of all Apex starters against the Rougarous. Bentley and Bolanos are the perfect combination of good on paper and in practice against the Rougarous, having combined for 17.2 innings and only 4 runs, with a whip of 1.1. Against the top offense in the league, that is as fine a showing as any team could hope for, and I would be using them heavily this series. And the NOLA starter McDougal, he has the best ERA of the Ruger rotation. That has not been the case against the Apex, allowing 17 runs in his 20.2 innings pitched. That's our fun facts. We'll have a couple more little ones to sprinkle in there if the series goes on and we have more starting pitchers. If we look at the Sims favored, I think it's pretty clear who the Sim likes here. Eagle Eyes being the only head-to-head winner. Excuse me, I'm just going to take a quick drink and then we will be into the game. Gonna double check. We do have the BNN off. We do. Settings are where I like them. Thanks again, Colby, for those great stats. And away we go. Here it is, folks. Johnny Tsunami leading things off. The center fielder will hit this one on the ground. Pitcher covers, flips it over to first for a quick out. Zach Mouse is hitting hot, and he will keep hitting hot as that one's hit into the gap, and it's going to be the first hit of the ball game, an extra base hit for Zach Mouse. Stand-up double. And Jimbo Slice has a chance to bring him home already. He's going to sky this one, though, into right field, tagging up his Mouse. He'll head to third easily. As the throw hits the cutoff man, here's Parmley. Parmley going to sky this one past the shortstop. Wasn't able to make a grab, and so that single will plate our first run of the game. An RBI single for Parmley. Now here's Bendover. Hoping to keep the inning going. Skies this one center, back up the middle, but he got under it, and the center fielder's able to make the grab. Here comes Beauregard. Mike Dion throwing his first pitches in this game. And he'll start things off by allowing a leadoff single to Gustav Beauregard. DiStefano Jr. now will make a loud sound as he sends this one into the right field gap, but center fielder's able to run over and grab that one. Here's J.R. Cook, but first we'll have the stolen base, and the runner beats it on a high throw from Bendover. J.R. Cook is going to sky this one. Should get that runner to third. No, they won't try it. Vidal Valor, the designated hitter, will also sky this one into center. So Dion lets off the leadoff single. Catcher allows the stolen base, but they strand him. And now it's Tyler Swift's first at-bat in this one. 2-2 count. Tyler Swift will strike out. Let's go Tyler Swift! Sailor Swift, excuse me. I get confused with all the Taylor Swifts. I'm only excited because I know how Gurin feels about the strikeout. I'm sorry, Gurin. Jody Groundball is going to hit one into the right field corner on the ground sky. It's a one-out double again. Ground out here for Eagle Eyes does advance the runner. And here's Franco. On the ground to third, and it's bobbled! Oh, no! On the air, Quinn will come home. And now Johnny Tsunami. Oh, but first we'll have a pickoff, and he is picked off! Franco commits a sin on the base paths, picked off with 2 outs. Ouch. Good pickoff move by McDougal. Here's Naz Ahmed. Getting a lot of fly balls here out of Dion. But just the one hit allowed. Guess I should say 2 now. That's a line drive into right field by Brew. And we'll have another stolen base attempt here. Brew beating the throw. Looked close. Here's Bonanza. That's going to find some grass, and we might have the first run here for the Rougarous. Throw comes in. Not in time, and the runner looked to break to second, but wisely head back when he saw the throw was coming in quick. 2-1. Here's Hafner. Another stolen base. These teams are running, and no one's really being thrown out here. Hafner does check a swing for a ball, so on the 2-0 count, grounds out. Runner on third for Geronimo, and he's going to pop this one into right field. So Dion allows his first run, but the damage isn't too bad, all things considered. It's going to be Johnny Tsunami, who takes an at-bat again after the runner was picked off, cutting his plate appearance short. Tsunami beats out the grounder, making the pickoff all the more costly. Zach Mouse singles this one into right field. Hot hitter, hot bat. First and second now for the Apex. Here's Jimbo Slice. Jimbo Slice into center field, and that one's caught. Good move there from Geronimo, read it well. And Parmley now going to take a walk. So 1 out, bases juiced for Bendover, hitting .313. Sends this one on the ground. Can they turn 2? They do! Ouch! With the bases loaded, Bendover grounds one to the second baseman. They make the 4-6-3 and retire the side. Now Beauregard will lead things off with a walk. DiStefano Jr., the shortstop, softly hit on the ground And another double play. Turned by Dion this time, a 1-4-3. And then Cook will strike out, so the leadoff walk proved to be just what the doctor ordered for Gold Glove Mike Dion. Sailor Twift, another strikeout. I'm going to put extra hype for Gurin. Jody Quinn. This one's hit on the ground. Another one through the hole. Jody Quinn almost hit the cycle in his last game, and I think he's now got a single and a double in this one. As Eagle Eyes grounds one, and we're seeing double play after double play in this one. Still 2-1 after 3.5. Here comes Vidal Valor, the designated hitter, into the gap. Hard hit ball. Vidal rounds first, heads for second. A stand-up double to lead off the inning on a 2-0 count. Here comes Naz Hamed, who was so hot at the start of the season. Going to ground one to short. So one out on the board now for Brew, who's going to find some outfield grass. Will it play to run? No. They'll hold up, trusting in the bat of Bonanza to bring a run home one way or another. And Bonanza grounds one. The second baseman dives and makes the throw, but he does get the job done. We'll call that a sack. Tie ball game here. Hafner with a chance to make it not a tie game, and he'll get it on the ground. Will they round third? Here comes Brew. Throw to the plate. Not in time. The Brewers grabbed their first lead in this game. 3-2, 6 hits apiece. Geronimo now with a runner on first, trying to extend the inning. On the ground to short, and we'll make that one a 6 unassisted. Dion's out of the inning. Wander Franco, the number 9 man, he'll strike out. Johnny Tsunami going to fly out to right field. And here's the hot-hitting Zach Mouse. And he'll strike out. So 1, 2, 3 go to the apex. Strong inning from Aiden McDougal. We'll see how Mike Dion responds. Start him out with a grounder. I think they call that an infield single. Stolen base. Quickly a runner on second in the 2-2 count. To DiStefano Jr. is on the ground to second, so good stolen base there, kept him out of the double play. And that's a manufactured run as J.R. Cook hits that one into center field. They extend their lead 4-2. Vidal Valor in now, and another stolen base first. I don't know why I called the names out, but he's out! Bend over, finally throws one out, sits down the runner, and quickly the inning is over on the costly decision to steal. They do plate one, so it's not a total loss of the inning. And here's Jimbo Slice. Strikeout. Dustin Parmele. On the ground to first, over to the pitcher covering. And bend over. On the ground to second, diving play. We'll call that an infield single. Good job to keep it in front of him. As Sailor Twift now takes an at-bat. They'll try the pickoff, it won't work. And Sailor Twift avoids the strikeout, hits this one into left field where it's caught. Into the bottom of the 6th, Dion still on the bump, going to get the ground ball from Naz Hamed. Brew in now, getting popped up to center. A bonanza. On the sky, on the infield, the shortstop has it, calls off the third baseman, and makes the quick grab. A 1-2-3 inning for Dion, who maybe we'll see in the 7th now. Jody Quinn hits this one to the center fielder. A little line drive action there. Here's Eagle Eyes, designated hitter, will strike out. And Wander Franco, the shortstop, will strike out. Luke Wright came in for that inning, and it is stretch time here. We're through 6.5, I should say, in the 7th. And that will end Mike Dion's night. Here's Eric Bolanos striking out Todd Hafner. Alejandro Geronimo is going to sky this one into center. It's caught. And now Beauregard, hitting 400, will strike out looking. 1-1-3 count, 1-2 count. Good inning from Bolanos in relief of Dion. Johnny Tsunami in now. Luke Wright still in the game. Gonna strike him out. Zach Mouse. Good sound there, but the right fielder I think has a chance to grab this one. Just 1 foot off the warning track. Here's Jimbo Slice. And a strikeout. Luke Wright now through 2 innings has been very good. I guess 1.2 innings. Here's DiStefano Jr. Bolano's still in the game, and good hands on the first baseman there. J.R. Cook to second. Bolano's getting some ground balls in this inning. The 2-2, strikeout. So that'll do it for 8 innings. Indianapolis is going to need to plate some runs here. It'll be up to Parmley, Bendover, and Sailor Twift to do it. Here's Parmley on the 0-1. Rips one to center field, and it's caught. That hurts. Here's Bendover, who will strike out. The game is in Sailor Twift's hands. Sailor Twift can get on. Jody Quinn has a chance to make things real interesting in a hurry. Here's Twift, and Twift will strike out. For the 3rd time in the ballgame, New Orleans gets the win, and it is a 3-2 series now. New Orleans wins at home to narrow series deficit. And what started out as a close game ended as a close game. You did kind of feel the air go out of the apex after that 4th inning, and the offense was never able to click again. It got to be a pretty quick game once we got to the second half. Here's in this one going to be Zach Mouse and Jody Quinn for Indy, both having a pair of hits. For New Orleans, look at Bonanza's 2 RBIs coming on that, what was it? Was it a single? I guess it was a single. 2 hits from Beauregard with a walk. And yeah, the stolen bases in this one were something else from the Rougarous. Beauregard had 2, Brew had 1, Bonanza had 2, and Cook was caught. I don't think the Apex had any steals. You saw the pitching. Mike Dion started 6 innings, 4 earned is really not a bad start. Just not enough to get it done in this one. Bolanos was clean in relief. 3 strikeouts in 2 innings. For the Rougarous, McDougal went 6.1, gave up 2, just the 1 earned, a walk, 5 strikeouts, and Wright gets the save. 2.2 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts. And Aiden McDougal, New Orleans starter, will be our player of the game in the Full Moon Stadium. Yeah, I did talk a lot about the stealing, but I think throwing out 1 in 6 tries is actually like not that bad for a major league catcher. Well, Mike, do you need more time? Bring you back. Did you like leave the call or something? Oh my God, he left the call. This is my show now. No, I'm just kidding. Uh, enjoy some Discord sounds. Oh, I'm in streamer mode, so you don't hear my Discord sounds.
Hi, Danny.
Welcome back. Did you have a good scream, a good cry, a good drink? I don't know. I don't know. What does Mike Dion do after having a start where he does okay, but isn't able to come through? Or do
No comment.
you just ready to move on?
Yeah, let's just move on. OBX and New York. Steve Art and Cato, the matchup.
Didn't
here we have
one of them
Casey-
said they might have another change, right?
Yeah, OBX has a change. I figured you can do that while I do the stats. We good with that?
Perfect. Yep, good. Go ahead.
Well, hang on. I gotta find the channel here. Here we go. Oh, and it's from last night even. All right. New York and OBX, 2 initial franchises, the 4th all-time meeting in the playoffs. And by the way, all 3 previous matchups between these 2 units have gone to 7 games, and the winner of said series has gone on to be the champion of the league in that season. So that's an interesting factoid for those in the Champions Conference. Although, however, this year it's even more even. 6-6 in the regular season. For New York, it's about their lineup. The combination, the four of Shu, Kuntz, Daytona, and Slim combined for 121 home runs this season, which ties them for fourth as a team in home runs. Now, just those four guys would put them in fourth in the league in home runs, so they will be pressuring Outer Banks with the long ball in this one. Pozo will need to be a guy who comes in critical situations here. The lefty should do well against New York. We'll see about that in this game. And he really needs to keep the ball inside the park. He has done, I should say, a decent job at that so far this season. The rest of the bullpen, the OBX bullpen, has been efficient. A .9 ERA so far in these playoffs. And perhaps OBX can get into that bullpen a little less in this one because they are all quite tired. And then maybe if you get to a game, would that be game 6? You can see a more well-rested Outer Banks bullpen. For New York, I kind of mentioned their things. I'll mention some player stuff now. For New York, Ragnaleb Sivart. The current general manager of the team for one season has been at his best against the Aviators. A 2.36 ERA across 3 starts against OBX, so he pitches them quite well. He's the only left-handed pitcher in the rotation right now because Tokayami's in the bullpen. He is going to play a big part in them possibly getting back into the series here in Game 5. Walker Cato. Interestingly, for Walker Cato, who comes into this game, mind you, not rested. He's only at 89% rest, and New York has blown him up. Throughout the season, his ERA was over 6 against New York. And that wasn't just one start. There were multiple starts against the Voyagers as well. So Cato versus New York versus Sivart versus OBX. 2 diametrically different results so far throughout the season, Danny.
Yes, indeed, and I think we are all set on the changes now. The only thing I see is something from the Rougarous, but they can hang on for a series.
That can wait until we see what this does.
Pitching, so definitely want to wait for the day. So,
yep.
If you're ready.
I am. Hunter, Kuntz, Swerve, Shu, Slim, Daytona, Rodriguez, Pretzelman, and Dem Boys is who we see second. Sievart's who we see first for New York. OBX, Dub City, who flies out. Then Arno Drachenberg, who flies to left. Cologne bats third here. 2-2. Cologne, this is high in the air to center. That is gonna be caught. It was just kept on going. I'll go through the rest of the OBX lineup really quick. Bergen, Cannon, fourth. Latoris, Halen, Riverboat, Walker, and Swift. That's the rest of your OBX lineup. And the Outer Banks starter is Walker Cato. Here is Kevin Hunter. He grounds to short, over to first for the out. Here comes Rusty Coots, the 1-0. Rusty to second, to first. Here is Kirk Swerve, the 1-1. Swerve, bouncer to first, tap on the bag, quick first inning. Cato, by the way, much better in that inning. Threw only 6 pitches, whereas Mr. Sivart threw 17. Now the 1-2 to Klausberg and Cannon. That is hit back up the middle. Here is Latoris. The runner on first, the 3-1. And Latoris is going to walk. So Sivart has Dion syndrome, where he can't stop throwing balls. Here's 2-2 to Dan Halen. Third, only going to go to first. Kind of thought he could have turned a double play there. 2-2. Linus Riverboat strikes out. Here's a huge at-bat for Tex Walker. Hitting .344 in a postseason. Walker strikes out. Sievart's going to get out of it. Whew. New York getting sweaty. Trying to stay alive at home. Bottom second we go. So here is Shu. Tom Shu. Bouncer to first. That's an out. Here is Barbados Slim. Slim center field. Out. That was a very slim at-bat as well. Only one pitcher, Jackie Daytona. Full count there and a walk. Best at-bat of the day so far for New York by Daytona. Here is Rodriguez. Oh, and that is a wild pitch. Holy moly, that was way out there. Benny Rodriguez, 2-2. Rodriguez strikes out. Walker Cato looks really, really good. All right, now Seabart back to the mound to face Swift. So OBX only gets one hit their first time through. And Dub City is going to squeak this one past the third baseman. That's a base hit. Here's Arno Drachenberg. Dub City taking off for a second. Gonna get held.
Is that defensive indifference
throw
there?
is gonna get held. What's that, I'm sorry?
I didn't think the catcher threw the ball. I think that might have been defensive indifference.
Well, that's what I meant, is like just the throw was held. Drachenberg and Cologne walk. So Sivart's in trouble again for Klausberg and Cannon. Center field. Can Hunter throw this in time? Here's the throw. Not in time. 1-0. Outer Banks. They keep this score. They keep this lead. They go to the World Series for the second straight year. Here's the 3-2 to Michael Torres. Bouncer fielded by Pretzelman. No throw. And it's Dan Halen now. 3-2. Halen. Right at second base. Weedham boys snags it. But they're in deep trouble. 70 Sivart pitches through 3 innings. 0-2 from Pretzelman. That's a single. Or 0-2 to Pretzelman, rather. From Cato, here's Weedham Boyce, the second baseman. 3-1. Du Bois is going to lay down a bunt on 3-1. Okay. That's pretty dumb. Kevin Hunter is going to ground out. And that is why the Du Bois 3-1 bunt is incredibly dumb. The bunt, the worst play in all of baseball, by the way. Rusty Kuntz is going to strike out, and instead of a possible walk, you get absolutely nothing. Linus Riverboat grounds out. Oh, detects Walker. Walker, oh, nice hot shot. Good snag at third. Here's Swift. Short. First. Got him out. Top of the fourth is over. Let's go bottom 4. New York needs to find a run, which is weird considering just how good they were against Cato in the regular season. Well, hey, here's a hit. Kirk Swerve's got one of those. Maybe Tom Shue can find over the fence for New York. 3-2. And he's going to find first base with a walk. Here's Barbados Slim. 3-2 to Slim. That is third, second, not first though, not a double play. Daytona with 1 out. Jackie Daytona, right center. God, good diving catch. Doesn't matter either way. It's going to be a run. It's just you get the out here. So it's 1-1. Now it's Rodriguez with a runner on first base. Cato to Rodriguez. Struck him out. Game's tied at 1. We're done with 4. Is OBX going to head to the World Series? Or can New York make this thing go to Game 6? Dub City pops out. Here's Arnold Drachenberg. Drachenberg, center field. Right to Kevin Hunter. He didn't even move. Willie Colon is going to get a base hit. Blown on a fair few teams in his career. Now here in Outer Banks. Willie Colon headed for second. Slim, no chance. Here's Klausberg and Cannon now, so he's going to get the benefit of 3-2 with a runner on second. Hit into the shift. Pretzelman, first base. Fifth is over. We're halfway through. OBX is tied with New York 1-1. 4 hits for the Aviators, 2 hits for the Voyagers is where we stand. 2-2 to Pretzelman. Struck game out. Cato gets his 4th K. Well, I've always wondered if Walker Cato pitches with that little shimmy like Johnny Cato. We Dem Boys is going to walk on 5 pitches.
Custom windups and OTP win.
Oh, please. Kevin Hunter strikes out. Dem Boys is safe at second. Was kind of wondering there for a second. Oh, Rusty Kuntz is going to put this into right field. They send Dem Boys. Oh, and he scores. That was just a little dribbler into right. It looked completely insignificant off the bat, and then Du Bois just had his wheels on and got to the plate. It's 2-1. Swerve flies out. A very surprising run. Here's the 1-1 to Latoris, the DH. Hard one to third. Threw him out easily. He barely even made it out of the batter's box. He hit it so hard at third. Dan Halen with a single. Here is Linus Riverboat. No, Paxabander's in. Seavart's day is done. So he only gave up 1 earned. He threw a lot of pitches, but he only gave up 1 earned. And a baiter is going to get Tex Walker out. So Riverboat and Walker go down to a baiter. Here's Tom Shue, the 3-1. So Shue walks for the second time today. Hasn't put the bat on the ball, but he's been effective in other ways. 0-2 to Slim. Second, short, first. 4-6-3, double play. And Daytona will fly out to number 7 in left field. That is a 7 put out for you on your scorecards. I wonder if anybody does that to PBE. That'd be quite hard with how fast we move our games. Top of the 7th, here we go. A baiter in the ball game. Tyler Swift, strikes out. One of the 8,000 Swift references in this league for some random reason. The 1-1 to Dub City, third, first.
For some amazing reason.
For some bad music reason, but we're not going to get into that right now. Drockenberg at a full count. That was the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Took it into the right field corner. That's a double. And now there's a base hit from Willie Colon. Will Drockenberg score? Yeah. They cut it off at short for what I can only describe as reasons. It's 2-2. 0-2. Klausberg and Cannon, strike 3. You heard the umpire call it all the way up here in the booth. So I would think that Pax Bader is done. That is going to be 27 pitches and 1 2/3. Benny Rodriguez grounds out. Here is the 2-2 to Pretzelman. Philly McDonald in the ball game, by the way. Great job for Cato. Walker Cato did exactly what OBX needed him to do. Let's see if the offense picks him up, or whether it's New York that gets the benefit of their great start. Here's Weed and Boys. Can he beat it out? Yep, because Dub City didn't even throw it. Here is Kevin Hunter. Nope, we don't need Kevin Hunter because we got a nice quick little lefty pickoff move to first. Dem Boys is down.
2 pickoffs
and
one
we
sim.
Go to the 8th. Yeah, it seems like only in the last couple of seasons has the pickoff all of a sudden become a thing. It's really weird. Kevin Choate, the wily veteran trying to get a Hall of Fame ceremony. He strikes out Latoris. He has not given up a run this postseason. Dan Halen gets a single. I'm assuming Enoch will be very mad if he blows this game, now that I said that. Linus Riverboat, well, he'd be mad if he blew the game regardless. He might be mad at me. The 1-1 to Tex Walker, and Walker left center caught. Looked explosive off the bat, but it actually wasn't. Bottom of the 8th. Danny, are you feeling extras?
We haven't had him yet. It feels like time.
It does. I think Rougarous Apex is going to Game 7 extras myself. I have that tingly sensation in me. But I think this one might be going to extras too. Hunter and Kuntz both strike out to Domenico Pozzo. Mentioned that when we went through the statistics. Pozzo is going to be important. Keep the ball on the ground. Here's Kirk Swerve. Struck him out. Pozzo, Colleen's house. Let's get out of here. So, can OBX score and set up a save situation off a choke? Well, Twift won't do it because of a nice catch into Kevin Hunter's pocket. 1-0 to Dub City. That's a base hit for Dub City. Here is Drockenberg. Now, Willie Colon. Willie Colon is up in 2 batters. Has been fantastic. Drockenberg strikes out. What can Colon do? The Aviator right fielder's 2 for 3. The 1-2 is going to be a check swing, so it's choo-choo. Throw to second. Safe. Slim can't throw him out. 3-2. Full count. And Colon is going to walk for Klausberg and Cannon. Bergen Cannon has a couple of home runs off Cletus McFlorida Man in the series. And he's going to do somewhat the same thing to Choate. He's going to score some runs. And Klausberg and Cannon scores 2 on an RBI double. And that might have just sent the Outer Banks Aviators to their 2nd straight World Series. We will find out in the bottom of the 9th. Choate didn't give up an earned run until that 9th inning in these playoffs. Shue, Slim, Daytona gonna have to get it done. It's Pozzo to face Shue, and Tom Shue's gonna get a base hit. First time he has put bat to ball today. He's walked twice. Here is Slim. He is 0 for 3, the 0-1. Barbados Slim grounds into a double play. 1 out away for the Aviators. 0-2. Daytona caught looking, struck him out. The Outer Banks Aviators win in 5 games. OBX, we will see you in the World Series against the winner of the New Orleans and Indianapolis. 2 games left to go in the LCSs, but congratulations, OBX. You guys are headed for back back-to-back chances.
What a game it was. I mean, it had all the makings of extras, but the Aviators got on their plane and flew away in the top of the ninth, finding the victory. 3 RBIs for Bergen Cannon on 2 hits. For New York, they had the lone RBIs coming from Daytona and Kuntz. Pitching, it was Cato. He had a good quality start. Pozo gets the win in relief. Their bullpen was clean. Can't say the same about the Apex. Seavart had a good start, like you said, 5.1 innings. He threw a lot of pitches, but only gave up the 1 run. And then Abadir and Choate combined for 3 runs and 2 1/3. Crocodile tries to close it out, but too little too late. Walker Cato is going to be player of the game.
Go ahead and advance the day. I don't think we're going to have any thoughts from either general manager. Didn't get much of a bite on that earlier today, but we'll see if OBX is in the celebratory mood.
New Orleans starter is
Nolo, why is your starter TBD? Oh, you know what? Because they moved to... No. Wait. No. Yeah.
Mazeroski?
DeFerrari got moved to the bullpen, but I thought he was the third.
Oops.
Yeah, definitely have to check those pictures. For New Orleans. Come on. Good job,
I
Danny.
never can find him.
Oh. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm stupid. It's game 6. I can't count. Hero to start. He wants Nakamura.
Oh, that's right. They put DeFerrari in the pen.
Yeah.
Nakamura at 53%. You got it.
Interesting call from New Orleans. Starting a pitcher on, let's see, I think we have an off day, so it'll be at like 80%. Worked out for our OBX.
Yeah. No, I think this is the day of the game.
Oh, this is the day? So then, so he's on 2 days rest then. Against Shifty Lagoose.
Slightly tired. I mean, he should be able to throw you some innings.
Miss, any? I'm guessing the answer is no. I don't think Miss will ever use this room.
Miss did say hi after the series on Tuesday.
Yeah.
That looks good for you. Just want to confirm from Eldorian.
There's a tag. There's a ping. Oh, it's just a thank you from AW. Appreciate you, AW. Thanks for the thank you. Good to go. All right. So Nola's gonna rock with the 2-man.
Where are we at? Scores. All right. How do you want to split this up? You want me to take the whole game? Do you want to start it? Let me end it?
So you're gonna take this one. And then if we get to game 7, then I'll take game 7.
Okie dokie.
I have one last bag of tricks in my superstition.
Excellent. So we got 8 Rougarous once again. We still have that one lone Apex and the Eagle Eye Todd Hafner. Let me head back up to my stat info for streamers. We do have some stats for these starters, Nakamura and Shifty Lagoose. Based on fatigue, Nakamura should have been the game 1 starter, which may not be a bad thing. Nakamura was the game 1 starter. In his one appearance before that against the Apex, which happened to be in New Orleans, it was a 6-inning outing with just 2 runs allowed. Good quality start there. Technically, only one of those 2 was earned, but since he committed the error, Casey Colby has decided that that's good enough for Colby to count both. And was also great last series against Nashville, pitching 8.1 innings and allowing just 1 earned run. For Shifty Lagoose, Lagoose's one appearance against the Werewolves was in New Orleans, and they scored 3 runs off of his 6 innings. Not going to read too much into that, but it's worth noting that his build is very similar to that of Dangly, which can't be reassuring. And that's what I got on this one. Just going to double check. No thing going on in there. Let me pull up my stream deck. And here we go. Here it is, Gustav Beauregard leading off, hot hitter. Will check his swing up, but they say he went. And so it's a punchy. To start the game for Shifty Lagoose. Paulo Di Stefano Jr. now is going to rock one into the gap. In center left, rounding first and headed to second, standing up. The second baseman picks the throw up on a hop. And Cook now with a chance to bring a runner home, but first it'll be a wild pitch. Wild pitch to the backstop. Guessed right. Cook going to finish the at-bat, 2-2. Skied into left field, looks pretty shallow. I'd be surprised if they test this, and they don't. So here's Valor, needs a hit. A walk will work. Now Hamed needs a hit. Batting .344, and Hamed will strike out, batting from the left side. So a hit allowed in 5 batters. But no damage done. Here's Johnny Tsunami against Hero, and he gets beamed. I wonder if Nakamura's trying to send a message there. It's an interesting way to start off your ball game. Here's Zach Mouse on the ground, and will they turn a double play? No, it's going to go 4-6 on the fielder's choice. Jimbo Slice now. Line drive at the shortstop, and 2 outs quickly. We'll have a stolen base. Successful. Mouse moving up to second. Now Parmalee finishing the at-bat on the 0-1. Oh my, a head-first leap. That was a crazy catch from the right fielder. Bonanza lays out. Head-first towards home plate, makes the catch. Here's Brew on the ground. Bonanza will strike out. They'll throw it around the horn as Hafner puts the pine tar on the bat and steps into the box for a 2-2 strikeout. He chased one away there. You see that 7th pitch well off this plate. Bend over. Going to hit one on the ground. Center cut. Curve. Sailor Twift. This time it is Sailor Twift. I said it right. Into right field. And Jody Quinn will strike out. So a 1-2-3 inning here for Hero. Geronimo, the number 9 batter. And so once through the lineup, the Rougarous have no runs on a hit. Here is Beauregard on the ground to first. I think we're going to see a pitcher's duel, folks. Di Stefano Jr. strikes out looking. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. The Apex still chasing a 1 in a column as Eagle Eyes grounds out. Franco skying this one to right. Hiro Nakamura already at about half energy. Will field this ball but not able to make it in time. There's their first hit. It's an infield single from Johnny Tsunami. And Johnny Tsunami's going to keep going. Safe is the call. Zach Mouse on the 2-1 count. Hits it on the ground to third for the third out. J.R. Cook going to step in now. And it's a strikeout for J.R. Cook on 3 pitches. Only really got 1 pitch to hit, and looks like it was fouled off. Here's Vidal Valor. Into the gap in center field, headed for extra bases. Headed to second, and the cutoff man has it, so Valor will stay parked right there. RBI opportunity for Naz Hamed, and Naz Hamed rips one into center. Center left, not even center left, just left, and it's caught. Excuse me on that one. But that one isn't caught. That confuses me. It's an RBI single for Bro. That one hit not quite as hard, but the left fielder chose to back up the ball. And Bonanza now will sky one into left. It's caught on the warning track. So with the RBI single of Brew, the Rougarous plate the first run in this game. Take a 1-0 lead. And Jimbo Slice will fly this to right field. I really did hurt myself in my confusion. I just felt like that line drive should have been a hit. It deserved to be a hit. As Parmalee and Bendover both ground out the same way. Here is Todd Hafner. Grounding one to short. Alejandro Geronimo striking out on a pitch right down the middle. Curveball. Good curveball from Laguse there. Here's Gustav Beauregard, and that's into the right field corner. Going to round first, head to second. Beauregard's going to make me think he'll keep going. He'll stay at second. DiStefano Jr. will strike out, so an exciting double does not amount to anything, as we have a one-run ball game through 4.5. Here Nakamura still in the game, pitching to Sailor Twift. Going to take a walk. Not a strikeout, not today. And that'll do it for Hero. Here's James Pleasance, who immediately gives up a double to Jody Quinn. Not an RBI double, but runners on second and third with no outs is trouble for Eagle Eyes. Eagle Eyes going to sky one into center. See if Sailor has the speed and is well ahead of the throw. First RBI for the Apex to tie the game, coming off an Eagle Eyes sac fly. Here's Wander Franco, and they'll walk him. Pitch way outside. Johnny Tsunami now. Line drive at the third baseman. 2 outs, first and second, and they'll walk Zach Mouse. The home crowd is loving it. Bases juiced. Jimbo Slice into center field. It's going to plate 1 run. The second run is headed home. The throw in, not in time. 2 RBI single for Jimbo Slice. He plates Quinn and Franco, and the Apex take a 2-run lead, the biggest lead of the series, making the score 3-1 before a wild pitch. They're not done yet. On a 2-0 count, 2-2 count now for Parmley, on the ground to the second baseman, and that will end the inning. But that was the biggest inning of the ballgame, folks. 3 runs. The Apex only have 3 hits, but they're making it work. J.R. Cook, strikeout. Shifty Laguse still going strong. Here is Vidal Valor. Gonna strike out. The series is in fact 3-2 Indianapolis. So if the Rougarous win, we will have a game 7. If Indianapolis win, it is over. Naz Hamed with 2 outs on the ground. Pitcher covers, makes the throw. It is Troen no hands in now to relieve Shifty Laguse. As the ball game is now in the hands of the bullpens. Ben Dover going to rock one to first base. Sailor Twift going to sky one to center. And here's Jody Quinn. In the sky to left. Left fielder going back. Giving chase. Makes the catch. On the warning track. Just shy of the wall. Handling that away ballpark quite well. Christopher Brew, the catcher. Going to line one into center field for a leadoff single. On a 2-2 count, it was a circle change at 85 miles an hour towards the bottom of the zone. We'll have a strike 'em out stolen base. So 1 out, runner in scoring position for Hafner, who's going to lift this one into center field. Bro will take off and get to third, but with 2 outs, that's not too much of a difference. And the cold-hitting Geronimo will leave him stranded there with a strikeout. Didn't really get any pitches to hit, but just kept swinging away. So through 6.5, Eagle Eyes looking to add to the lead. We'll take a walk. 5-pitch walk. As Luke Wright makes his debut in this game. Wander Franco. Retired via the pop out to right. Johnny Tsunami going to strike out looking on a pitch outside. Zach Mouse on the ground to third. They go the long way to first and get the out. So New Orleans, with the top of the lineup, an opportunity here to make things interesting. The hot-hitting Beauregard gets under this one. Pops up, handled by an infielder. DiStefano Jr. got a strikeout. So quick 2 outs for Eric Bolanos. As J.R. Cook steps up, the left-handed second baseman will strike out. Bolanos is wheeling and dealing, as are the rest of the Apex pitching staff. New Orleans now has 3 outs with which to plate 2 runs, assuming that Jimbo Slice, Parmley, and Dover don't add on right here. Slice going to start things off with a 3-pitch strikeout. Here comes Parmley. On the ground. and bend over the catcher. Strikeout. So it's up to Valor, Hamed, Brew, and maybe Bonanza and Hafner if it gets beyond. Here comes Valor on the 0-1. Skies this one into left. Quick out for Bolanos, who's gassed. Naz Hamed gonna sky this one to center left. Handled again by the left fielder. And Dogwood Maple now will come in to try and make the final out. He does! It's a strikeout! And the Indianapolis Apex are headed to the World Series to take on the Outer Banks Aviators. Mike is hyperventilating in a corner, I suspect. 3 runs on 3 hits compared to 1 run on 5. These Apex were efficient. Neither team committed an error. And Indianapolis will head to a World Series, I believe for the first time in their franchise history. Couple hits for Bro, and the lone RBI. We'll highlight him for New Orleans. For Indy, Jimbo Slice had the hit with 2 RBIs. It was a 2 RBI single, a 2 out 2 RBI single. Jody Quinn, the only extra base hit the Apex had in that game, despite plating 3 runs on 3 hits. Nakamura started 4 innings, 1 earned. Pleasance the loss, 2 innings, 2 earned. And Wright had 2 clean innings. For the Apex, as they head to the World Series, Laguse gets the win, 5.1, gave up 1, struck out 10 in 5.1 innings. Holds down the line for no hands and Bolanos, neither gave up a run. In fact, the only hit was 1 given up by Bolanos in 2.2 innings, and Dogwood Maple makes the 4-pitch strikeout save to clinch the championship series. Shifty Laguse is your player of the game. I think Mike is at least still in the call this time.
Yes, I am indeed. There's a mute button on my microphone for a reason.
Well, Jody Groundball Quinn is going to be your series MVP. Kind of feel like maybe one of your pitchers should have
Wow,
gotten it.
it was Jody Groundball.
At
That's
364,
awesome.
391, 727. It's a good line, but in a 22 game sample size, we saw quite a few crazier ones. I mean, you just have to look over here for the 440, 500, 760.
All right, Danny.
All right.
So, Saturday afternoon, it will be the Kingpins and the Lemurs. I don't know what the start time for that stream is. Saturday night, prime time. The Apex trying to win their first title in their first appearance. The Aviators trying to win their second title and their first back-to-back in franchise history. That is at night. Don't know when that is either. I don't even know who's streaming it.
I don't either. I was about to say I'm not sure who's streaming. I'm not sure what time. I don't think there's been a post in game day. But I mean, a huge congratulations to the Apex and the Aviators. The Aviators looking to go back to back.
We do have hosts. Saturday afternoon, Miners World Series is AJ. Saturday night is LBG.
All right. Should be a fun doubleheader. The matinee with the Miners.
Miss just says hi.
Hey, it worked in the first series, right? You don't mess with a good thing. Maybe I'll mess with a good thing. The Simmer didn't reply, so does this mess with the good juju if I go? Let me find my favorite wave. I gotta find a good one. I'm struggling. Well, we'll just go with this one. We've got from the Dillos also. Dillos again asking for an adjustment to their lineup.
Yeah, I assume you will have to adjust the Devils lineup next season at some point. I can indeed assume that. Fair assumption. Yes, at some point.
Oh, there you have it. I don't think since we started this playoff
That did not
uh,
take that long, by the way. That was a
type.
sub 3 hour
Oh,
stream.
I was just about to say the Miners both swept. I can't remember the
Yeah.
last time we had both teams sweep en route to the World Series. Both teams going to be hot and lights out. That's kind of the one that I'm really excited to watch. I think that'll be a good series. I always just like watching the Miners baseball because I think it's just a little more hectic, a little less polished, and something about that is kind of fun. We can probably start our upload here.
So we get to see what the superior form of travel is. And Danny, if you don't mind, while you're uploading, I'm going to go travel into my locker room celebration.
Okay, have a good time.
Thank you. Thanks everybody for listening and hope you enjoy Saturday.
Pour one out for the Apex. Oh, wait, Mike, wait. Something very important I have to ask before you go. It's absolutely crucial that you hear what I'm about to say. And what I'm about to say. Is he really? I don't. It says I'm still streaming to him. He just ding dong ditched me. Wow. The disrespect. Heck. Well, you guys got any good jokes for the update? I think I'll be alright, Enoch. You know, just I was instructed by chat to try and hold him up. And I am nothing if not a slave to chat's whims. What do you think of my Pokemon's chat? This is Ruby Plus Plus, a modded uh, Pokemans as we upload here. I think you're allowed to stream Pokemon on Twitch. It is a ROM. Well, you know, I own Ruby, so it sounds fair. The Zigzagoon is just my HM slave. He's just got like cut and surf because Zigzagoon can learn surf for reasons unclear to anybody. We did had a Pokemon draft. I loved it. Most people didn't. The Jolteon needs work. Talo is a Swalo. Talo grew up. Thanks, Curran. I do it for you. I gotta tell you, Dub, I'm not in it for the money. Mike will tell you I'm not in it for the money because every time we've ever streamed, inevitably 5 days later, I get an angry message from Mike asking why the heck I haven't paid him yet. This is the secret, Dub, is that Danny is unhappy when any team that's not Detroit, State College, or Brew City doesn't win. Looks like our upload is complete. Let me push it on up to the Stat Plus site or whatever it's called. The Swifties did beat the Apex once, so I wouldn't get too excited. I am super hyped to see Hummus in the World Series. I'll say it. I'll admit it. I'm a homer for my boy Hummus. It's my dude. Honestly, don't think there's anyone in the league more deserving after a career like his to finally get one done. Although actually, I don't think Jabs won one either, so I'll put you guys as co-champions. We're working on that upload. It's going. You and me both, A-Dub. That should be it. The Tahini Classic should have NL rules. Pitchers should have to bat in the Tahini Classic. What do we got? Indianapolis takes the conference final. That happened. OBX takes the conference final. That also happened. Oops, we just did that one. Chicago sweeps, and Lemurs cruise with a sweep. There you have it. On that note, I will say sayonara to all you lovely PBE folks. I think this is my last stream of season 27, so I look forward to seeing you all in 28 when we are all back on the road to October with a new or old champion crown, depending on the way things go. I would ask Mike for departing remarks, but he abandoned us. So I'll just say adieu. Peace. Have a good one. See you Saturday.